and welcome back to Perception Studio. Tonight we are continuing our game of Blades in the Dark by John Harper. I am your MC for the evening, Loren Peterson.
Woo! I love that guy.
You can find me on Twitter at DM_LSP, and I am joined, as always, by this wonderful crew.
Hello, I'm DJ Shulky. I'm a pumpkin tonight. Also, I'm playing as Mortimer Smythe, the Leech. You can find me online at DShulky. That's DSCHULKEY.
And I'm Kati Kawaguchi. I am playing Vesna the Viper Reigns, the Hound Playbook. You can find me online at _KIDKATI.
Thank you, by the way, for the follow. It's Mr. Greer. Appreciate that. I'm JPG. I am playing our Whisperer for this evening. His name is Zant, and he hates mean ghosts.
Oh, and I'm Andrew Lindy. I'm playing Steve the Hull, which is a ghost inside of a robot.
A ghost robot, if you will.
Yeah.
Ghost bot.
Sorry about that. We just switched the camera right here as well. So that's DJ.
He's the pumpkin.
That's Katie. I'm JPG. That one's Andrew.
Just quicker if I just do this. Would you mind putting your mic on the kind of on the other side of you?
On the other side?
Yeah. Like right in that little space.
We're fixing some mics right now.
Fixing
We
some
have
sound,
art.
fixing some sound.
Yeah, we have art today on the boards. He was gracious enough to come in, and yeah, okay.
Is that right?
Blades in the Dark is filmed in front of a
Right
live
there?
studio
Okay.
audience.
Oh, that would be cool if we did have a live studio.
No, we did.
Yeah, it's
Didn't you hear it earlier? The clapping and the cheering.
Oh, we did have the
And there was that woman who said that Lauren was so hot
Yeah.
and asked him to flip his hair. We had to really calm her down.
Well, that happened last time.
Yeah.
I don't have chat in front of me, so if people want more hair flips, you're gonna have to tell them. Welcome back to Perception Studio. Tonight we are resuming our game, and there are several ways you can interact with that game, as you will see up above me. For $10, you can add a plus or minus 2 to the next die roll of a specific player. You can either help him out or screw him over. We know you love to screw him over. For $15, you can advance or rewind one of these clocks. We will go over what those do in just a moment. For $25, you can get us a character drop. Tell us who shows up. We've had the Robot Devil from Futurama. We've had 80s Twink Aquaman. Both classic, just mainstays of Blades in the Dark fiction. And for every $100 we get, the entire crew will get to clear all of their stress, which is a resource in this game that they get to use to sort of interact with the world, do flashbacks, push themselves to do better. And this situation will wildly escalate out of control. We've seen things explode. We've seen ghosts show up. We've seen all sorts of stuff, happen. So back to the clocks. Our 4-step clock, which is our complex obstacle. Up. I still don't know how to do cameras.
There it is. Right, yeah,
there it is. There it is.
There.
All right. Our 4-step clock is the unquiet dead. When it is filled, ghosts will start to appear and harangue and harass our crew. Luckily, they're equipped to deal with that. Now, our complex clock is going to be, or complicated clock, is going to be the walls breathe. As we've seen before, if you're just now joining us, they are transporting an artifact that tends to animate things around it with a horrible demonic energy. It's going to start animating the haunted, creepy house they're stuck in. And finally, the daunting obstacle is the star ocean. There's clearly some sort of weird ocean energy associated with this thing, and the Tide King, which you may remember from the first 2 episodes of this show. And basically, ocean creatures and seawater and horrible stuff is going to start pouring out of every crack, nook, and cranny in this house and attempting to drown out our players. And we were going to, I believe, get started off by rolling some fortune dice to see how close to full these clocks begin the game at.
Oh, God.
Let's do it.
Oh man.
So,
okay.
I would like who wants to roll for the complex obstacle? You're gonna roll a d6. We'll get this one started. On a 1 to 3, 1 segment fills. On a 4 or 5, 2 segments fill. On a 6, 3 segments fill.
I want to roll it.
Roll it.
I want to roll it.
Hey,
That's a 1.
That's a 1. Hey, 1 segment.
That's 1 segment. All right, on the complex.
So we're starting you off with a little bit just to help you screw them over. Who wants to roll for the complicated obstacle?
I'll do it.
Do it.
I'll do it.
No.
Oh god.
Oh no.
We'll still count it. It's a 2.
It's a 2, so 1. 1. Hey, you know.
What's the first one?
The first one was 1.
We got ones all around so far.
And Katie's rolling for
Not
the
this
daunting.
one. This one's gonna be a 6.
Yeah, get this one as
Get
close to full as
6.
possible.
It's a 4.
It's a 4, so 2 segments.
Two
So
segments on that one.
we're a little bit close.
You're welcome.
We have no current clocks on the table. Actually, that's not true. We do
Yeah,
have
we
one.
have
we
the
have
Steve clock.
the Steve clock, the hunger, which
Yeah.
is a 6-step clock that is halfway full.
So Steve has the artifact inside of him,
Yes,
and that's how it has been transported to this point. And bad things are happening because of that.
bad things are happening because of that. So, to give you a recap, they fought they made the choice to rendezvous with Captain Musgrave, who is setting up a ritual to destroy the artifact. He believes that there are heretics within the Spirit Wardens that want to use it themselves to become demons, and needed them to transport it through the festival to a creepy haunted house where he has been performing the initial beginnings of the ritual. You were chased by Spirit Wardens, chased by a hull, fought your way through a gladiator pit, drank beer with Bartleby, got a bunch of people drunk, participated in a street fight performance with like a 7-foot-tall demon woman. You climbed on some roofs, you saw a ghost playing piano,
And we captured her.
and you captured that ghost, so you have 2 ghosts in bottles, the captain and the woman playing piano. Miss anything else?
Zavosa's 17 feet tall.
7,
Oh,
not 17.
Jesus.
She's not a Dark Souls boss.
Oh, I was gonna say.
What about Captain Jason Thunderburger?
Oh, Captain Jason Thunderburger showed up and was immediately struck dead with lightning.
Is he dead? Because we never confirmed that he was dead.
He did not make it to this episode, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Unless someone wants to
Or-
drop $25 and Captain Jason Thunderburger returns.
Or did?
And he would definitely have a vendetta against Zant, who literally shot lightning at him. So
That's what you did?
So where we left off, you had entered the foyer of this big, creepy, dark mansion. There were strings of bones of creatures that were clearly not quite human and not quite animal hanging from the ceiling. Something was dripping from the ceiling where there were sigils that appeared to be painted in blood. There is an odor here. It's quite pungent. It smells like decay. It smells like death
Mortimer
and
would
ozone.
like that smell.
yeah, can we have Mortimer talk about it? Like, can Mortimer describe it in character? right
Actually, the thing Mortimer notices is Mortimer can do what's been done here. Either make an area appealing to ghosts or make an area that wards them away. And what has been done is this area has been set up to ward against ghosts.
now?
Oh,
Lauren,
Yeah.
Animated Alex in the chat just tipped $25.
Of course she did.
Bring my boy back.
Bring my boy back.
He's the complete package.
He is the complete
If you
package.
don't understand this reference, it is spooky time. Please, please, please watch Over the Garden Wall in the next few days.
Watch Over the Garden Wall. It's wonderful. As you are looking at this room and going, oh, this area has clearly been... What is the ability you have called?
It's called Ghost Ward.
This has been ghost warded to ward away ghosts. There is a boop 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 on the door. I gotta get my Jason Thunderburger voice. We know you're in there. Open up.
I immediately tell everybody, like, he's undead, right? Like, I hit him
It's
with,
the ghost of Jason Thunderburger.
I hit him with a whole lightning. Like, how is that guy not dead unless he's either undead or he's just super powered? Let's go with, like, what's like a scary good guy thing in this universe?
What do you mean a scary good guy thing?
I don't know, like, because I feel like, because he's an antagonist for us, but is he really a bad guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
that's
like a gang, remember?
that's a good
He's
point.
he's a blue coat captain.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, not about that. Oh my god. Okay. So I'm just gonna.
I don't.
I'm sorry. Anytime Katie looks at me, her makeup just makes her look so sad.
I think. I think what Steve says is, "Don't answer door."
There's another. What do you do? They're going to break down the door
Can you
soon.
barricade the door?
Yeah. Give me a roll.
I would like to barricade. Oh, can I wreck it? Is that a thing like barricading implies?
That could be
right?
tinkering.
Yeah, you could. Are you just like wrecking this area, pulling stuff down? Yeah, go for it. You can roll
Better
wreck.
than my
Andrew has a good
idea.
point though too. Tinker might be a good idea for this one.
It could be
Yeah, Tinker could also be used. There's so the difference between Tinker and Wreck is like, are you trying to jam the lock,
Yeah, right.
or are you literally just like, oh, partway up the stairs, there's a fucking armoire and a shiffer robe. Let's just push them down and roll them up in front of
Can,
it.
I
can
know
we
some
add
of the
those
big
words
words,
to
yeah.
the list with what was the other one?
Tinker?
The ship. What was that ship word that?
Bulkhead.
Bulkhead.
Bulkhead. Yeah.
You want me to say
Armoire,
shiffer robe
shiffer
real sexy? I
Bulkhead.
don't know if there's anyone who can make the word shiffer robe more sexy than it already is.
Give it a try for the audience. Just give it a try. Into the camera. Into the camera.
That is the camera.
Flip your hair. No, come on. Put your back into it. There it is.
Jesus.
Shiffer robe.
I hate this game.
What do you asked me to do it? Okay, so yeah, what are you doing?
Before that, though, Gracie here, thank you so much for, gosh, that's 17 months of subscription. Thank you so much for that.
Wow.
Booyah in the chat. Wait, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who else in chat?
Booyah's in the chat.
I was gonna wreck it unless my son is a better idea. You.
Are you, if you want to tinker,
No, I'm just gonna
go
shoot
tinker.
more lightning. I'm useless at this
You know what?
point.
Maybe I will mess with the lock. That's a good idea.
Okay,
My-
you're gonna go and like jam the lock.
Yeah.
That's our way out.
No, I have another way out. Don't worry. I got a 5.
I didn't even tell you what the
Shit.
position and effect.
Have I played this game?
You
You
know,
haven't played this thing.
Remember, I used to do that
With it.
before we were playing too.
It would be risky standard in this
Okay.
case with a 5. The minor complication is that I think you managed to tinker it, but it's not going to hold for long. So I'm starting a 4-step clock.
Should just open
Break
it.
down the door.
I can't do that. You could do that.
Break down, and
Yeah.
I'm going to fill in the first segment. Remember, you can always resist that if you want. What's everyone else doing?
What the hell is dripping from the ceiling?
Who can say? You'd have to get up there and take a look. Oh, also, there's that weird, creepy, ominous music that's like emanating
Oh,
from
yeah.
the basement.
Well, where's the guy we were supposed to meet here?
Yeah, it's a good
I
question.
want to look for that guy.
Okay.
Do we head towards the music or away from the music, though? Because I'm assuming, okay, so is this home like 2-story, 3-story?
It's a mansion, but
Okay.
it's dilapidated
Okay.
and like fucked up. So it's very much like there are spots that only go up like one level, and like, you go in further, and you can go up to like another level. There's like maybe an orrery up there or something because these people had an orrery. And there's like a 4-story tall
yeah,
library
same
tower.
question.
What's an orrery?
A personal planetarium.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
you idiots.
Is
I
So
From context clues, I kind of got that, but sure.
I thought it's where you kept birds.
No, that's an aviary.
Yeah.
There it is.
thinking
Oh, I'm so
somewhere
sorry,
in
I'm an
Russia.
idiot, Lauren.
The
Why did you say it like that? Why did you say it like that?
It's an aviary. Sorry.
It's an aviary,
No,
jackass.
that's an aviary.
Didn't everyone have aviaries growing up?
Sorry, I didn't know y'all didn't have aviaries.
One's lived a pretty pampered life.
Me and my aviary.
Wait, did you have any?
No, I did not have an aviary.
I was like, I don't remember.
Could you imagine?
That would be
Of
awesome.
the New Hampshire aviary.
Okay, continuing.
Sorry.
You can go explore the house, try and find him, or try and find anything really, if he's not what you're looking for. But yes, it's sort of a big, weird, complex maze of a home. It's dilapidated. It's falling apart. Exploring it would be dangerous.
Sick.
Yeah.
She lives for danger.
That's true. So what am I doing? Prowl? Is that appropriate, or are you just gonna let me?
What are you doing? Is this quietly sneaking through the house? Is this checking room by room? Is this looking and going, I think he's here. That's where I'm gonna go.
Quietly moving through the house, but trying to deduce where he could
Okay.
be.
Prowl is probably your best bet then. I'm gonna say this is risky standard. Bad things could happen in this house. Who knows?
Let's do it. That's a 3.
Ooh, 3. Are you going downstairs or upstairs?
Downstairs.
So you're going into the basement.
Yeah.
You go into the basement. You start to climb down the steps. they creak and groan as you go down there. And it gets drafty and cold. And there's a certain point where like the wooden paneled walls give way to like hard. It's not hard packed earth. It's like stone set into the walls. And then there's like a tunnel in front of you, and then just like more of that eerie, haunting music. And you're gonna take the level 2 harm. What's a good word for this?
Spooked.
It's not spooked. It's like soul shaken.
It's one step up from spooked.
The music, you feel it's almost like a Disney cartoon where like the music becomes physical for a moment and like passes through you and you shiver. Like we as an audience might see that in some way. Like you don't see it, but like you feel the music that's emanating from this in your bones. And it's like your skeleton is shaking inside your body.
Let's try to break
It's
out.
extremely uncomfortable. You can resist that if you want.
How do I resist that?
So you can, if you have an item that might help, or
Will my Spirit Bane charm?
yes, if you mark Spirit Bane Charm, you can just get rid of it, or you can choose to resist by spending stress.
I'm gonna use my Spirit Bane's charm.
Okay. You have a Spirit Bane Charm that like you clutch it and it wards off
My
this.
pearls.
Your
Oh my land.
your skeleton stops shaking. You're fine.
No more shaky skeletons for you.
It's too
But
scary for me.
I wanted. Where is Lady?
Yeah, where's Lady?
Where is? Or is this a flashback?
I'm always curious. Where's Lady? That's just always a question on my mind.
What the dog doing? She is by my side, so I don't know if she gets spooked or whatever. But,
No, Lady can go into ghost form. She's fine.
She doesn't have a skeleton to shake.
she wags her tail.
This can't stop me. I don't have a skeleton.
Did we ever define what kind of dog Lady is?
She's a
Dalmatian.
donation. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Gosh, everyone else knew.
I did not know. Oh, okay.
Thank you for being on my side, DJ.
Of course.
It's the worst. We're the worst.
Okay, so you've started to poke your head down there, and then I think you come to a crossroads, and you realize in front of you is a mummified body, sitting in a chair, and it has in one hand a stone rose, and in the other hand some sort of crystalline orb, and in that orb is like a blue flame, and it illuminates a sign above that says Muskgrave, and there is like a family crest there, and you realize that you are in the Muskgrave family catacombs. Jumping back upstairs, what is going on with Steve and Zant?
Do you want to explore the house, or do you want to? What do you want to do? And I'm going to follow.
There's like a boom, 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 boom on the door. Let me in.
This is getting way too scary.
We must destroy the artifact.
Okay. But do we go into the catacombs? Are they in there, or are they upstairs?
Who can say?
Who can say?
I said we.
Where's Musgraves?
That's a good. Yeah, who can say?
I want to search for Musgraves.
Okay. How are you doing that?
I'm looking specifically for him. So I don't know if that's just like shouting his name or
You tell me. Is it
Looking
shouting his
for-
name?
yeah, you know what? I'll shout his name.
Are you just
And,
like
like-
roaming the halls,
Yeah.
shouting his name?
Yeah.
Is this Tall Steve?
Yeah, this is Tall Steve.
So what does the shout sound like?
It's just like Musgraves. It's kind of like
Get
yeah.
a little bit.
That'll
graphic.
get me. Show up.
Musgraves.
There it is. Yeah, I want to come answer that call. This feels to me like survey. Like you're exploring an area, looking at it, but you get to tell me what you want to roll for.
No, that's good. Survey's great.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Right. So risky standard.
What do we risky standard?
Because you're just exploring the house at this point.
Ooh. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. Yeah, that's good.
And I'm going to start a 6-step clock.
Oh no.
Find Musgraves?
Yeah, find Musgraves.
Yeah, I would like that a lot. Oh, that's a 1.
Great.
That's
You lose the clock. The clock is gone now.
I'm filling in a single pie chart.
I think I'm gonna find anti-Musgraves.
You walk into a room upstairs, and it's a I don't know if drawing room's the right word, because that's like the room where you draw the doors, right? That's why it's called that.
That's where we go to.
It's drafty as hell up here. It's cold. There's like curtains billowing in the wind. Broken glass all over the floor. You can see that the windows have been shattered. There's a desk. The desk is covered in mold. The carpet is threadbare. There are books here. Tons of books scattered all over the floor. There is a big painting of a very regal-looking man that is ripped and torn and shredded and kind of falling apart above an empty fireplace.
I'll pick up a book.
Okay, cool. You pick up a book.
What kind of book is it? Steve loves books.
Give me a fortune roll, which is just roll a d6.
While we're doing this right now, though, thank you so much for the raid. Looks like it's from Zombie Orpheus. Bringing over a whole bunch of people.
Zombie
Thank
Orpheus
you,
is a name I
Zombie
recognize.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know
Thank
where
you so much,
from.
guys.
But Zombie Orpheus, thank you for joining us tonight. We are continuing our game of Blades in the Dark, a game by John Harper. It is a spooky game of, in this case, ghost hunters trying to destroy a demonic artifact, and they are in a haunted house. Well, potentially haunted house at the moment. We're not really sure.
It's haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is haunted.
There's a mummy in the basement. That's pretty haunted.
There's a
just
mummy. There's a
imagine
basement
it's
mummy.
like,
Who among us does not have a basement mummy?
And an aviary.
An orrery.
And a drawing room.
There might be an aviary.
What would you call a room if, like, you just had it on the top of your house and it just kept a bunch of possums?
Possumary.
What's...
Oh, and we just got another raid.
Another raid!
Infinite RP, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the raid. Infinite RP's fans as well. Lauren, do you want to go on your spiel again?
Just real quick, I'm pretty sure that would be a marsupiary.
Yes! Okay.
A room specifically for keeping possums would be a marsupiary.
And if it's on the top, I guess it's the upper marsupial.
It's the upper marsupiary.
I'll be the
as
upper
opposed to
marsupiary.
as opposed to the lower marsupiary.
I need somebody in the chat to spend $25 to make this real, please.
Anyway, thank you for the raid and welcome. We are continuing our game of John Harper's Blades in the Dark, a spooky game of thieves in a haunted city where the gates to the afterlife have been shattered by demons and no one can die. This is our crew of intrepid ghost hunters currently trying to destroy a demonic artifact that seems to animate everything around it. They're being chased by the police and currently working with the church's, attempting to work with the church's secret police to stop heretical church members from becoming demons. It's a cool ass game, y'all. So roll me a die to figure out what kind of book you picked up.
I hope it's spooky.
That's a 4.
It's a 4.
Can you
buddy.
read?
Do you read?
Steve reads.
Why were you so indignant about that?
Steve, this book is complicated as all hell, and you realize it's referencing things you don't like. It's referencing itself in a way. This is, you kind of look it over and it's the spine is messed up. You can't read it,
Same.
but you go back to the beginning. You go back to the beginning and you start kind of flipping through, and even though some of the pages are damaged, you're like, oh, this is like this is a reference text. This is like volume 4 in the series. It's like the front page is like Leidecker's research on the electroplasmic nature of the soul, part 4 in reference with Jonas Lyman on bone anthologies or whatever. You're just like, okay,
Steve was just
sure.
like, yeah, it just throws
And
it. Just
but one thing Steve gets,
not
the one
exciting
thing Steve
anyway.
does get about this is it is talking about the sort of the metaphysical nature of the personhood and like demons exist. Well, a demon's body and soul and bones must kind of look like this. If you reference my other book here, blah blah blah, and then ghosts and stuff like that. And there's lots of charts and graphs and things, and I think you kind of get the sense that this library it would require someone to put it together and understand it. Clearly, whoever put this library together was researching stuff that's kind of relevant to fucking with your soul and your body and ghosts.
Thank you for the follow, Kalendesh and Redclaw. Definitely appreciate it. I just want him to open it up and just be like, hey, Ghost Playboy. Just like hidden in...
Oh my god.
That's what Steve was looking for. What do you think?
Steve was looking for Ghost Playboy, but this is the equivalent of being like, oh, I'm gonna see some boobies, and then you pull up a book and open it, and it's just like extremely detailed,
So,
like
soul boobies? Or...
I mean,
Playboy.
imagine be like, oh, I'm gonna like,
Soul boobies?
I'm gonna see some naked stuff, and you open it up, and it's just like, and this is what like breast cancer looks like. Like, you go looking for boobies in medical texts, and you're gonna find stuff. You're just like,
Canonically, Steve reads romance novels, so yes, Steve was looking for
Sure, yes,
He's looking
we
for-
have
he's
talked
looking
about
for
that.
prose. Not necessarily Ghost Playboy, but
Yeah.
certainly something.
But this is like
You
this
read
is
it for the
medical.
articles. You read it for the
Yeah,
articles.
so it turned out to be Ghost Medical instead.
This is like medical stuff, but it's also like it's fringe and it's old. And it's stuff that like the church would have burned this. Actually,
All right.
it's not the church would have burned this because the church wants to do this. It's that the church would have been like, we're burning this, and then taken it and put it in their own library.
That's
what it would be.
That's always
Classic.
fun.
It's like this book has officially been burnt, which means we handed it to a guy named Bert, and he studied it.
And it's on fire, which means it's in this room marked fire.
It's just a table that says fire. It's on fire.
Just Burnt's room.
This is the burnt room. It's where burnt is. BERNT. But yeah, that's so like what you found out is there's some stuff going on here that is at least like researching of the metaphysical and the nature of the soul and the body and how they relate to one another and how one can affect the other, but it is far too complicated for you to understand. And I'm not like putting Steve down by that. It's just like the person who did this spent their entire life doing it.
Hmm. And then there's no other beings in this room, right? That I can tell.
You know what? You get a sense that there is, but it's stuck. There is something here.
Oh dear.
And you start to I think this is the first time you feel it. You feel that ghost ward, the ward that pushed the ghosts, that like makes this place uninhabitable to ghosts. That Mortimer recognized in the foyer. And you kind of feel it. You're in the hull, so you're fine. But you feel there is another presence in this room, but it is strained. It can't manifest. It's a feeling of like going into a room where you know someone has been in there and left it recently.
Like a warm toilet seat.
It's like a warm toilet seat.
I was going to say a smoking cigarette, but sure.
Yeah, sure.
It's a smoking cigarette, a warm toilet seat. Together we will write the best noir of all time. But yes, it's along those lines. Like there was, but in the way that like you're a ghost, it's like a ghost version of that. It's the ghostly version of a warm toilet seat.
It's pretty intense.
Which is like walking into a room where the fan wasn't on and seeing the chains swing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, cool.
Zant, what are you up
That's
to?
good, Spook.
First, I want to say, Lumiere, thank you so much for the follow and this as well.
Lumiere.
I'm gonna give you one of two choices, Lauren.
That's not how this works.
I know, but I want to see what you want to.
But yeah, let's go. Let's go for it. I'm all about it.
Number one, I want to see if there is a marsupiary.
Oh.
But that's probably the worst choice. But number two, though, I think Animated Alex. Thank you so much for adding another character, adding Jason Funderburger to this game.
Who is still pounding on the door?
Yeah.
To be clear,
I think Jason Funderburger wants a round two.
I just locked the goddamn door.
Yeah.
Are you prepping? Are you getting ready for that fight?
100%.
Are you home
I'm just-
aloneing this?
Yeah.
You would
Yes.
home a not your house.
100% I'm home aloneing this.
Okay, what does that look like?
Okay, so let me check.
This feels like a tinker. It could also be a wreck. But what are you doing to
I
like
got
when?
nothing. I got nothing in any of those.
Do you have items?
I have one in tinker. I do have one.
But do you have items or special equipment that might be helpful here?
Well, I thought I was just gonna.
You have two ghosts in a jar.
I have one ghost in a jar.
Who is
I
the
have
other?
the-
You have the other
Steve
ghost.
has
So
the
you
other
have
one,
you have the you.
I have the piano lady.
Yes, the piano lady. Madame Morticella was her name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good to know.
Okay. Can I prep in the sense where like Oh.
You have flashbacks. Remember that.
I have an idea.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So my power tempest, I can push myself in order to summon a storm in your immediate vicinity.
Mhm.
Can I summon a snowstorm in the foyer?
Absolutely.
That's what I want to get ready.
Not do, but get ready to.
Well, I don't want. Well, okay. Because if I do it, does it like blow open the door and that's when they start coming in?
No. The door's been stuck shut.
Okay.
It's locked.
It is locked.
Could you not create it just outside the house, or it has to be right where
Could
you
I
are?
create it outside of the house without seeing outside of the house?
Yeah, it's your immediate vicinity. You'll create it around the whole house.
Yes.
That
100.
won't
Yeah.
look suspicious at all.
I want to do full like hard. Wait, instead of a snowstorm, can I do a hailstorm?
Mm-hmm.
Is he affecting the indoors too, or just the outdoors?
He's creating a storm above the house.
Okay.
An old, dilapidated house that does not have parts of roof. All the windows are broken out. The main thing about this ability is it allows you to drastically change the environment, not in a controlled way. The controlled way to use this ability is I shoot a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
But you can create a hailstorm around the house, sure.
Yeah.
I needed you push yourself to do it, so it means I need an attune roll for you to make it happen.
I have a concerned voice. will this fuck up the ghost ward?
Oh, it could. It certainly could.
You left me to my own devices.
But
There is not a
I'm right
marsupial.
behind
Yeah,
you. Right
Mortimer's
right
like-
behind me.
Mortimer's there. Like, no.
Wait, do the voice. Do the voice.
So Xant's getting ready to. Xant, what's happening right now? Are you?
don't worry about it.
We have this. You see this structure behind us. This is organized in a way to
sorry,
stop
it's
these go.
All right. So I am roll.
Okay.
You pushed yourself because you have to do that.
So that's
So that means you either can improve your position and effect, or you can get an extra die. Your position right now is still risky standard. So you can get the extra die if you want.
Mm,
Do you
Can I
want
do
to?
the risky great?
Yeah, you can make yourself risky great. That also works.
Yes, that's what
I'll
I
tell
wanna
you
do.
the stakes here is that if you get like low, that storm is going to go out of control.
Great.
Can I offer a devil's bargain?
You can offer it. I can veto it, but it's his choice to take
please
it.
veto it. But this is just too good.
Yeah.
So you get the extra die, but Funderburger, is that his name?
Jason Funderburger.
He will get away. His men will stay, but he will get away to fight another day. And
No.
you don't know when that'll come again.
Okay, wait.
I'm
Because
into
then, if Funderburger gets away, then the next session could just be Liddy, right? Like we could just.
The thing I'll say is like
Yeah, please alter this in any way that makes it better for you, because
trying to think. I don't really have an alternative there that like he gets away but his guys stay, because that sounds like beneficial more than anything. I mean, obviously we are like, because you're trying to get rid of him, so that would be the goal.
JPG wants to murder this man.
What if
to
it's
take away that joy from him is
You drop him in chat, I'll murder them.
what if it's the opposite and that like they get reinforcements? You get the extra die, but they get reinforcements.
that's bad. Too.
And that Jason Funderburg will be harder to get to because there will be more men with him.
What if he just says, "I'll come back when the storm's done," and then you make like a clock for him to come back?
Because that is not how the blue coats work.
I want to take. I'm gonna take it, but that's only because when I murder Funderburger, it's gonna be even better because I'm working toward. I have to work through a bunch of dudes in order to murder that main boss.
Okay,
All right.
so you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You get the extra dice. That puts you at 4.
Yeah.
4 dice.
And I'm at risky great.
wait, so you have 3 in attune.
Yes.
3 in attune. You're at risky great.
Sorry, I'm at 2 in attune. Pushed myself.
So push yourself lets you bump it up to great, not or add an extra die. One or
Okay.
the other.
So then, wait.
Cavendish,
So I have
this
3.
is Blades in the Dark,
Okay.
by the way.
Oh yeah.
Question
Cavendish. Yeah.
Is that a question mark?
They
That
want
was
to know
what
what
system it
game
was.
was. Like.
Hey, yeah, Blades of the Dark. We're playing Blades of the Dark. It is the first of the Forged in the Dark games created by John Harper. It is a game of heists in a dark fantasy haunted city. Our crew is a bunch of bravos, which means they're door kickers. They get paid to rough stuff up, and in this case, they rough up ghosts. Basically, think like Dishonored meets Peaky Blinders, and they're the Ghostbusters. In that mashup is the best way to think about it.
So I'm going to be rolling 3 die, and I'm hoping that this goes well.
Yeah, hope it goes well.
I better.
Let's do this.
2 6s, come on!
2 6s!
That's a crit.
It was like I enchanted. It was like
So
I'm hyped. Thunderberg is about to get it.
that is a critical success,
I've
and
never
two
seen
things
you
happen.
like that.
Two things happen. One, I'm creating an 8-step clock.
Can we name it Thunderberg about to get it?
No, I'm calling this Blue Coats. It would have been a 6-step clock, but because you accepted that devil's bargain, it's an 8-step. And I'm filling in 4 segments. I know, I'm filling in 3 segments. You had great effect, 4 segments. So there's 4 segments filled in. As outside, there is just like, I think you can all hear it, regardless of where you are in the house, except for probably Vesna, who is underground. There is just like the sound of like thud, 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 thud. It starts punching through holes in the roof. And several of the blue coats are just like, oh, fuck, ow, oh, God, fuck, and you hear it like hit armor. You hear them like, someone's like, retreat, you know, they've got a witch, and is like holding, which is, in the vernacular of the game is true. Whispers are referred to as witches. Like, we get an outside shot of Thunderberger, like waving his pistol in the air and a torch in the other, and he's like, come back, you cowards! As, like, several of them, like, run away, and he straight up, like, shoots one in the back. And is just like drops his torch and starts reloading, and is basically like, I'll have you all court-martialed. As he's like reloading his gun, boom. And like they're running away. But he's like, but several of them are like, well, we don't want to fucking get shot, so they're rallying. You've got the storm going, and that is going to, I'm gonna erase a segment from the breakdown clock. Because they're going to have more trouble getting through due to the storm.
Okay.
Reinforcements have arrived. Then I'm going to start another 6-step clock, and this one's going to be full.
We're getting a reverse clock right now?
You're getting a reverse clock.
loves those reverse
I know
clocks.
he loves them.
And this is called Ghost
It's
Ward.
nice to mix it up every now and then, you know?
Yeah, right?
Because I'm playing true to the fiction here. This is called Ghost Ward. The hail is not so out of control. I think you got a critical. You can kind of keep it from mostly hitting the house. It's like a ring around it, right? But Mortimer did raise the concern. If that thing gets destroyed, that's not good.
Okay.
So I have that clock on the table. If it empties, the ghost ward is destroyed, and the ghosts it's holding back will get out. Not to be confused with our 4-step complex obstacle clock, which, if filled, will just summon random ghosts, not the specific ones I have prepped.
And you can fill it.
You can fill it. Yes, we've had several raids, so for the people who are joining us, these lovely people are wonderful, and you can ruin their night. And the way you do that is by donating. For $10, you can kind of help them by giving them a +2 to a roll, or you can say fuck you and take 2 away from a roll. Just pick the person and say, hey, I want you to have a bonus or a negative. For $15, you can fill one of these clocks above me. On the complex obstacle, when that is full, that will summon a horde of angry ghosts. The complicated obstacle, the artifact that is currently inside of Steve will start to animate the house around them, and the house will fight back. When the 8-step clock, the daunting obstacle, is full, the house will start to be, the artifact itself will start to bring the ocean depths it was found in to itself. It will start emanating seawater and sea creatures. And this whole place will start to flood rapidly, and not in a good way. So,
I prefer good floods.
those are the ways in which you can absolutely destroy these people's lives for the evening. Continuing, Mortimer, it's been a hot second. What's Mortimer up to?
I've gotten away from this locked door that I've succeeded in locking and someone's trying to destroy. And I
Hey,
turn
that
around,
helped, though.
I turn around and look
took
at my
away one of the
crew who have all
segments.
dispersed. Now, friends, it's important we all stick together. We're Where have they gone? Where's everyone else?
I'm like, it cuts to me and like you see Zant like trying to get ready to like jump out of a window in order to mess up these dudes.
Like Captain Valentine's in the ghost bottle, and he's like, "They left ye."
I'm being taught by Captain Valentine.
You'd be talked about a ghost stuck in a bottle, yeah.
This house is very haunted. It's important that we stay together. And do you have any idea where they went, Zant?
Thunderburger is out there.
I thought we were ghost killing specialists. This is very unorganized. We have to find our contact in here. I'm just gonna start looking around then.
Yeah, well, so no, and I'll tell you. Like, well, I believe Steve went upstairs.
Yeah, you do definitely hear Steve upstairs.
Yeah.
Musgraves.
All right.
And I believe that Vesna went downstairs into the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll be here for no particular murdering reasons.
I'm gonna change the breakdown clock to breach. They're no longer just trying to break down the door. They're trying to climb in through the windows. They're trying to climb it. They got ladders. I'm just changing it.
Yeah. Plus, if they get in, I'm like the only one that can stop them at this point, right? So shouldn't I be out there, like for strategic reasons?
They may be just as lost as we are if they come into this house. I think we should stay together.
I'm already gone.
Yeah, Vesna's underground.
Jump out.
Vesna's cold down there.
I'm
Steve's
6
not
feet
that far.
under.
We can find Steve.
Mortimer, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go get Vesna.
Okay, so
Oh,
you go down those steps, and that chill hits you just as it did before. How do you try to do you try to resist it?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Do I not have a spirit pain charm? Oh no, I don't.
What a nerd.
No pearls for you.
I think like is that the point where Vesna's like, hey, by the way, the music down here is creepy as fuck. Like, be prepared, or like what happened? You hear Mortimer coming down the stairs behind you.
I think she's on guard. She doesn't know that it's Mortimer, right? So she turns around and who are you?
Vesna, we've split up. This is not a good idea. This place is full of ghosts ready to kill. As soon as that ward that Zant is working on breaks.
Well, I'm looking for Musgrave.
Just in the background.
What did Vesna say? I'm sorry.
I said I'm looking for Musgraves.
Any sign down here? And I just like walk down.
There's this sign. This is Musgraves.
You start to feel the like not only the cold of this place, but that haunting, horrible music grows louder, and it does start to feel it because you didn't like because you're kind of having this conversation as you slowly go. You start to like, ooh, well that's hitting me. Do you keep going?
I'm gonna step back.
Okay, you step back and it releases a little bit.
Are you doing all right down there? There's something extras going on down there.
Something.
I don't know what there's extra planar activity, and we must avoid it at all costs.
She shouts back that she has her spirit bane charm, so she's okay, but she has no freaking idea what's happening.
I suggest you return, and we group up with Steve and Zant. Steve is shouting Musgrave's name in a most unnerving fashion. I don't think it's doing us any favors.
Shouldn't we
It's not.
Shouldn't we figure out where the music is coming from? You don't think Musgrave is down there?
Would I know if this music is having an effect on the charm? Like, would this be involved in the
Study
ritual?
it.
Okay, that's a good idea. I'll study it. I have nothing in study.
Oh, I have tune study. If only you could have been.
There's
I have
how do you could do other ways of this? You've got Physiker, right?
Yes, I do.
Is this you literally walking into it slowly, bit by bit, and seeing how it affects your body, and using Tinker to be like,
I like that a lot. Yeah.
my bones are starting to shake. That's not good.
It's giving the bone rattles. I'll do that.
Is that
just
like a scientific term?
Yes.
Again, like really leaning into like the gothic horror element of like
My humors are moving about.
You're getting bonitis.
I'm getting bonitis.
bonitis.
That's a 6.
It was desperate for great.
I gotta stop doing that.
It's desperate for great. It's fine. You got a 6 on Desperate for Great, which means you
Wow.
get to mark experience in the thing you did. It's great. You can tell, like, this is music played at a frequency that is like, you can't do that. Like, this is a very specifically made instrument. This isn't like I went and picked up a violin and I know this specific note that makes your soul shudder. Like, whatever it's being played on was built to do this. It was built specifically for it. There's probably strange how would I put it, like, components at play here. And the thing is, you can ward it off with a Spirit Bane charm. You could also potentially, if you could create like a anti like sine wave, you know what I mean?
What's that Wimmer magic called? Where they use
you're the
noise.
Elder Scrolls guy.
There's noise.
If you could create a noise that was the opposite, right? You could neutralize it at least around you, or at least make it more comfortable to move through. But it's like, you haven't gone far enough in that it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do, but you pull back before it can do any real damage. The Spirit Bane charm will protect you, or if you could create some sort of alternate sound, you could prevent it from dealing damage to you.
I like the idea that Mortimer is now going to start trying to hum different sounds to be like,
No, my plan was to go upstairs and grab some of those weird bones and strings and make an instrument. See if I can make an instrument to counter by like plucking it.
Yeah.
Do we know
Oh,
how
I
to
just
word
thought,
them?
yeah.
great.
Okay.
I thought he
That's really
was
great.
gonna do the scales from Loving You.
Tinker.
Okay.
You can absolutely do that because those are weird, creepy things. However, I'm going to remove 2 segments from the Ghost Ward because you're taking pieces of it.
That's fair.
And I'm offering you a devil's bargain. I'll give you an extra die, but I get to remove 4 from the
How many
Ghost
are
Ward.
on it?
8. No, 6.
Ooh,
Oh, I don't think so.
Let's make it 3. I'll remove 3. So I'll remove an extra 1 for the extra die.
Okay.
Okay.
Just because that sounds really fun too.
that does not sound
We haven't
fun.
seen a lot of ghosts yet. We just saw the one,
That's true.
the piano ghost.
You're good at fighting ghosts. Like, I put ghosts out there,
I feel
but
like I'm about to see one though. Oh, very nice.
You didn't give me the bloody effect again.
you keep just like, and I just, it's this is more this is risky standard, but I think it's more a fortune roll than anything. Is
I
what it
shouldn't
is.
have rolled 6 then.
No, what'd you get?
I got a 5.
You got a 5. Okay, so 5 in your fortune roll is, I'm not going to take any more away from the ghost ward, and you do this. It's, I don't think this is a. Here's how I'm going to put it. I'm going to create another 4-step clock. Instrument integrity. When it fills, your instrument
That's
breaks.
fair.
You should have just sang.
and you lose your integrity as a musician.
Yeah.
And as a person.
Please tell me what.
no!
Please tell me what this instrument is.
I grabbed a really weird bone that's just like almost shaped like a what are these things
Harp?
called? A harp.
A
Yeah.
harp.
But and I just grabbed some strings, and
Tendons?
maybe some sinew and tendons if there's any of that hanging
Okay.
around here.
Mm-hmm.
And I found another really sharp bone that I pluck it with.
Oh.
So I've made a nice little.
What's
Oh.
A morbid harp.
You need something weirder. You
Okay.
know you need something
Ooh.
like that. That's good
Oh.
for start to the start. But like, what's the weird implement you have to put in? What do you have in your back pocket? You don't have to spend anything for this.
Oh,
I just
okay.
want like a cool flavor bit. Like, is it like crystalline ghost, or is it a demon tooth?
What did I
Or,
collect
like-
earlier?
Can
got
I-
some.
Can I give you the captain?
Am I gonna pluck it with him or what? Shake him up and
I don't know.
Spill
He
some
might know
onto
like
it?
sea shanties and stuff, right?
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
But he's not a nice man.
You could convince him to just sing shanties
He hates
at the right
ghosts.
key.
Can we do that?
Or demons.
But I just made my instrument.
I haven't played it.
Here's what I'll say: if you integrate the captain, I'll give you more segments on the clock.
But is the captain involves a whole other consort role, I assume, right? He's not just gonna be our friend and help us out.
I'll
yeah,
roll.
yeah. If you
I'll
want to
roll.
roll,
I'll
I'll
fight.
add that to the. I'll add an extra couple segments to the clock.
This is pretty awesome.
I'm gonna use sway because I only have I have one.
You
Or
could.
would like talking him into it. Would you give me a tune for it since I have to speak to a ghost?
You could sway to be like, hey, I need you to do this, or you could attune to just make him do it.
I'm gonna attune to make him do it.
Ruthless.
You're like, you've got him in a bot. Remember, he is weaker because of a previous Devil's
That's right.
Bargain. He is weakened. So your position is, I think your position is It's right now it's risky limited because he is weakened, and this is more the effect that you're gonna have on the clock. Ooh, I heard a ping. I heard a
We got raided again.
We got raided again.
Oh, hey.
Hey, who joined us?
Jessica Nerdy, thank you so much for the raid.
Jessica Nerdy, thank you. We are playing Blades of the Dark by John Harper. It is a spooky ghost game in which our crew of ghost hunters is currently investigating a haunted house and trying to destroy a demonic artifact in a haunted Victorian ghost punk world. You can it's ghost punk. It's ghost punk. It's Dishonored meets Peaky Blinders. You can fuck with our wonderful players by donating up above. $10 will get them a +2 or a -2 to their next roll. You pick the character you want to apply that to. 15 will get you the ability to fill in one of these clocks above our heads. When those clocks fill, something bad happens for our players. The 4-step clock unleashes a horde of ghosts. The 6-step clock turns the house into a horrible adversarial entity. If anyone here is, I'm sure there's some D&D people in the chat. If you have played Curse of Strahd, you might know what I'm talking about. The castle is against them. And for the 8-step clock, they will summon the demonic star ocean out of the obelisk, and it will start to drown them and put sea monsters in the area, and it'll just be awful. Every time we hit 100, for 25, I'm blind. For $25, you can drop a character in. Currently, we have Police Captain Jason Funderburker chasing them. In the last episode, we saw the Robot Devil as a carnival barker. We've also seen 80s Twink Aquaman and Goth Ariel. Every time we hit $100, they get to clear all of their stress, which is like a combination of mana and HP, and it's just the resource they use to kind of do everything. And I will escalate the situation wildly, making everything difficult for them.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll because the chat wants me to fight the cops. So I'm just gonna be like, here's
Hell yeah, chat.
Chat wants me to fight the cops. Very much appreciate that. So I'm gonna roll just my 2 die. I don't want any like devil's bargains or anything like that.
Okay.
That's a 5.
It's a 5.
Yeah, it's a 5.
It's a 5. So you do it, and I'm gonna add 2 segments to the clock.
So I toss him the bottle. Like before you leave, I just toss him the bottle.
And then you jump out the window.
So you have 6 segments on the integrity now, because you're sawing on your horror, you're plucking on your horrible, weird harp made out of twisted human bones and sinew.
Probably not human.
Probably not human. As as Captain Valentine, at your bottled onto your hip, starts singing sea shanties.
Sick.
And as you go down there, you feel it like.
How would you describe his singing?
Sing us one. We know you know.
I know them, but I'm not gonna.
Somebody add in the chat.
I'll give you $5.
I gotta have one to sing along with. Is the problem?
That's the point of them. You gotta be singing all
I gotta
together.
sing.
Yeah.
There once was a pug with.
No, fuck that one. I hate that one. TikTok killed it for me.
Noodle. It's about Noodle, right?
Noodle.
Oh, Noodle's the best.
Noodle is.
That's what it's about, right? Am I
yes.
wrong?
But in any case, he's singing, and it's a song about going out to sea, and fighting the demons and like losing people as he comes. It's fucking Barrett's Privateers, is what it is.
My favorite.
Yeah. And he's just like singing it, and it kind of comes out as this like ghostly wave. And you feel that like horrible ethereal gramophone music that was piercing your bones like push back as you move through this place.
Battle of the Bands.
We stopped the Luigi's Mansion music.
So as you two go deeper in, we'll come back to you in a second. I want to focus. Let's throw to Steve really quick, and then we'll touch base with Zant, and then come back here. Steve, you're up in the library, the drawing room, where you can tell they're like a ghost is kind of trapped here, and not able to interact with the world. What do you do?
Yeah. So do I hear? I mean, you said the windows are shattered, so I like hear the
You
hail,
hear the hail
or whatever.
coming down, yeah.
And I'm just like, Zant. So I want to go back down there because I know shit's gonna start popping off. But I do.
Sand's popping up, you know what I mean?
I want to see
You know what I mean?
back in the out of this room or whatever.
It's like a hallway.
Whatever the that main, you said you can see that there's like several flights of stairs. And
Yeah,
things going-
it's a very confusingly built home.
Yeah, Steve just wants to
Is
like.
that like the Winchester
That's what I
house?
was thinking.
Okay, so Touchstone here. Touchstone here is the Winchester house. If it was also the house from not Twin Peaks, although that might actually be
Crimson Peak. Huh?
Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
Is what I was thinking.
I'm
It's
totally
Oh,
seeing
I
Crimson
need
Peak in
to
my
see
head.
this.
Yeah.
it's the home from Crimson Peak. If that was also the Winchester house,
Okay.
but
Great.
but not in the way that the Winchester house goes nowhere. Like it still goes. You're just like, why is there a door up there? And you go up to it and you open it, and it just is a bedroom.
Yeah.
Like not, it doesn't go to nothing or it just goes to the outside. Like it's the Crimson Peak home by way of MC Escher is really the touchstone here. You feel like, oh, kids got lost in this place. Not like children broke in, but like this was a family home at one point.
Oh.
And like
Oh.
kids definitely like hide and seek was the best fucking game ever here. Like, hi, you didn't find me in the marsupiary. Like, why would I have looked there? I don't even know how to get to it. You have to take a dumbwaiter to the basement and then you ride a minecart up? What even is this?
Yeah.
It's just bizarre. It's not that the architecture makes no sense, because it functions. It's just no one would design a home that way.
So, in that main area, if I could see like a landing that doesn't make sense, I would
Mhm.
like to use spider climb to just
Oh, hell
climb up
yeah.
the wall and go right straight to that landing.
Yeah, sure. It's you know what? If you see that picture, that is a hotel like lobby, and up above the front doors is just there's no way to get to it,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and it's just like a like two chairs and a table
Yes.
and like a bookshelf, and there's absolutely no way to get to
It's
this.
the impossible loft.
It's an impossible loft,
Yeah.
and that's where it is. You climb over the impossible loft, and from the outside of the house, that's what extends over the porch.
Cool.
And you can see through the shattered windows the make a roll for me.
Sure.
Make a roll to climb over there. Prowl.
Oh
Right.
sure. Just I got 2 in prowl, so
All
that's
right.
great.
Let's do it.
Love that. Wait, is this a risky standard or something?
Risky standard.
Yeah.
Just because the house is falling apart.
Oh no, that's a 2.
That's a 2. It takes you longer to get over there than you thought. Quite a bit longer. And 2 things happen. Because that's my favorite thing to say.
I just assume
is
it's
I'm
like
filling 3
the
in on
wood-
the breach
right,
clock.
the wood is
Oh,
just kind of like
fudge.
coming.
It's
off
like
the
coming.
wood.
You
Yeah.
like you go to grab a plank and it just disintegrates in your hand.
I feel so bad.
And
for
you gotta
Captain
move to-
Musgrave. Does
to-
he live here?
Who knows? Who can say?
We still haven't found him
He's
yet.
dead.
So you climb over onto that thing, and like rats just swarm out of the chair,
Mhm.
and like fall over and like land in the snow that's starting to collect in the foyer and just scamper off. And 2 things happen. The first is I'm marking 3 segments on the breach clock. They have not yet breached in, but you can see, looking down, is they have brought a battering ram for the front door. And this isn't like a single door. This is like double doors, right? It is a big set of doors. And the other thing is there are about 4 blue coats currently climbing a ladder to the window you're looking at.
Oh, I definitely want to just destroy that ladder.
How do you do that?
Can I shoot my other hand cannon or whatever we called it?
Yeah, you can shoot your hand cannon. It's
Yeah.
a laser beam.
I'm-
Is there like a guy down holding it at the bottom, or is it just like?
I think that they like put it up,
Uh-huh.
and one guy like gets on and is like, "Are you sure about this?" And that's when you look
Oh,
down.
this is real nice and cartoony. This is a good setup.
So read off your ability to shoot lasers, because I think it's been a hot
I'll
minute.
just laser shoot. Yeah, I in the last session I had a special weapon that was a shooting off my fingers or whatever.
That was your hand shotgun.
Yeah. You think the laser would be better?
I thought you said you were gonna laser. Did you want a hand shotgun?
I
them?
kind of did want to hand shoot that, but
You've
I guess
already
a
marked
laser
it. You
would
can
work.
reload, I guess.
I guess a laser would work.
Can you reload? It's your fingers. Do you have to get more stuff? What's the deal
I guess I'd
there?
have to get more stuff.
Is
More
that,
would
is that what it
probably
is?
help
You
me.
can tell me. Like, if you think you get to reload your fingers,
He's got
sure.
spare fingers. Why not?
He wants you to say that.
Say what word?
I'll do the laser because I was worried that I thought the laser only worked
Okay.
on ghosts.
Okay, so it is a laser. I mean, it can affect other things.
Okay.
You like shoot ectoplasmic energy.
Mm.
In the case of people, it does feel more like force than it is damage.
Okay.
So if you do just want to like Three Stooges these guys and be like,
Please
fire
do.
hose
Yeah.
them off
I
the
would love
ladder.
to Three Stooges
Yes.
and as much as I can destroy the ladder.
Okay, so read that ability off to us.
Yeah. So electroplasmic projectors. You may release some of your plasmic energy as an electrical shock around you or as a directed beam. And I take 1 drain for each level of magnitude.
In this case,
Drain is my stress.
drain is your stress, and magnitude is a sense of scale. And in
Yeah.
this case, magnitude is like 3 guys on a good ladder. It's like a magnitude 2.
Oh yeah.
And you just spend it. That's it. You don't really have to roll. And you just like, is this just an arm comes out Looney Tunes style? Brown.
Yeah.
Is that an arm bust?
It cuts all the rungs of the ladder, so then they're just like
This is a guy on stilts. Oh,
all
whoa!
3 of them on there.
All 3 of them on stilts.
Well, it's hailing and there's like
They,
slip on
they,
us.
like, try to walk back down the steps and just fall into the snow. I'm erasing a segment from the breach
It's the
clock.
classic like feet running sound.
Yeah.
Tumbling
Got
over each
him.
other. Yeah.
It's very Scooby Doo.
Wait, what's the song?
It's Hanna Barbera as hell. And back inside where everything is horrifying, Xance, you see like you hear the and you heard the wow. You know what happened.
Oh, sorry,
Moment
no shout ahead.
I mean, there was probably a conversation, right? Like Steve climbed above you.
Yeah.
You would have had to see him get to that impossible loft.
It was just like blue coats, and you just nodded.
Oh yeah, no, because yeah,
What's that chicken running sound?
we're
you heard
very
about?
mad at the cops. Chicken running?
Yeah, that's that music that plays when the chickens are running around. You try to chase them.
The Benny Hill.
Oh, like Benny Hill music. Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
what I imagine.
Oh, I know they're about to breach.
Yeah, they're well. Actually, they're
Little
only
farther.
they're less as good now. They're only at halfway. You can just say you like clocks. The thing is with clocks. You can just say fuck that and take.
You just
fights.
wanted to jump out the window and fight
If
and do
I
it.
like bust through the door myself,
Uh-huh.
and then
Just jump out the window, bro.
no, because I was thinking if I bust through the door, can I use that as like a weapon to like clear a bunch of them?
Oh my.
Yeah, and then
Well, like here's the thing. You have not to be trifled with.
That's
if you
what I was
use
gonna
that
use.
and like burst through the door to like knock people down, yeah, you're engaging a gang on equal
Yep.
footing.
Oh,
That's what I'm
use their
doing.
doors like weapons, like in Dark Souls. oh,
These are big doors.
They are big doors in Dark Souls.
thank you for the 10-month subscription, by the way. How do you
Lil,
pronounce
is it Lil One?
Lil One? Thank you
Lil
so
One?
much. All right,
Is 11/20 your birthday?
because that's
Sounds like we're
that's
trying to
what
get
you
their
just asked.
password.
What's going on?
It says 11/20.
All right, so I'm going to be using Not to be Trifled with that I can push myself to engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat.
Right.
Doors. So I got.
The thing I'm going to say here is, I think at this point they are a medium gang because there's enough of them.
Dumb.
But my favorite reading of that ability was the original, which is not you can engage a small gang on equal footing. You count as a small gang.
I want to.
And I like that a lot more. So what that means is they still have scale on you, but not so much scale that you can't actually do anything.
Okay.
Which means normally this would be like straight up desperate limited.
Mhm.
This makes it risky standard.
Okay. So I have 3 in skirmish. I get 1 because I pushed myself.
Or sorry, no, I did my math wrong.
Oh.
This makes it desperate limited. But since you're pushing yourself, you can raise one of those.
So 3 in prowl, I'm gonna raise to desperate standard.
Okay, desperate
Okay.
standard.
Could Steve do some like cover fire?
Yes.
Is Steve gonna do coverage?
Yeah.
Is that an assist?
You can do it as a setup, or you can do it as an
a
assist.
regular gun, so I'll just shoot my
Wait,
regular gun.
I have an idea.
You know,
Okay.
finger.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Not yet.
What's going on over there?
Not yet. No, Steve
got
just has
plans.
a regular gun, so
Plans
he'll just
within
shoot.
plans.
Are you just gonna start?
It's meta.
Yeah, it comes out of the arm.
Yeah.
and he just
Anyways,
picks
let's
it
start
up and shoots.
Yeah.
So you start blasting. Okay, are you just gonna spend 1 stress to add an extra die? Now, if you want to take a setup action, you can, but that's a whole separate action that could have consequences.
No.
No, just take the drain.
So take
Yeah.
1 drain, add an extra die, so you're at desperate standard,
Yeah, and I got 4 die now.
and you got 4 die now. Anything else you want to do?
You got any devil's bargains in you?
Yeah, I got some devil's bargains. Give me a second. Give me a second
I'm gonna
here.
cook up a bargain real quick.
Okay, here's the devil's bargain I have for you. Oh shit, it's more interesting.
Say less.
Here's the devil's bargain I have for you. This fight is gonna spill back into the foyer,
Oh, damn it.
and I'm gonna remove 2 segments from the ghost ward.
Oh, then that puts it at like
1.
yeah.
That's the devil's bargain I've got.
Oh, you know what? Come on.
Yeah, you don't,
Live a little.
you don't care.
More
You know
can
what?
fix
Yeah,
it.
whatever. Okay, wait. Can I give you a devil's bargain?
No, that's not how this
just-
works.
This isn't dueling devil's
hear me out,
bargains.
Hear me out.
We can, yeah, sure.
I'm gonna take the devil's bargain. If I hit a critical on this, I hit Jason Funderburger first.
Sure, yeah. All right.
Jason Funderburger, your white whale or what?
I'm Moby Dick
I mean,
right
but you
now.
have 4 die. Good
I have
odds here.
5 die.
Double sixes.
We know Jason Funderburger's got the Moby Dick. He is the
That was
complete
close, though.
package.
Jesus Christmas.
1 second. What?
Normie. What'd you get?
I got a 5.
A
There were
5.
2 5s.
Oh, I got a 5. I
2
got
5s.
still
It was
something
real close.
good.
I really wanted
It's
to hit
desperate,
Jason Funderburger,
right?
though.
A 5 though, for standard, means you're filling in 2 segments. There's only 2 segments left on the blue coats
I
clock.
know, but
Describe what happens as you come out those doors swinging.
They're gonna punch you.
sorry, no. There's something in here.
Are you being haunted or what?
I am
You're
being
having
haunted.
nervous
There's a little
breakdown
bug
or something.
somewhere.
Yeah, there's like a tiny bug.
You've been fighting this bug just like
I've been
you've
fighting this bug
Thunderbird.
this whole stream.
Bug ain't hurting
I
anybody.
didn't even notice.
I did.
Okay.
I just saw this.
I'm sorry. You said what am I describing?
What happens when you bust through those doors and start fighting?
So, I just think it's like the full element of surprise, but it's very much using everything that I can grab to my advantage, right? So like taking a piece of the wood from the door out of the air and just swinging it and hitting a couple people, and then somebody has a breech loading rifle, right? And I just grab it instead of like while they're reloading it and just hitting somebody else, and it's just going and using whatever I can use.
And they start to like run backwards, and then Steve is just like raining
there's
shots
there's
down.
one guy that's like this to Zant, and he's just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hail is like hitting them. They're slipping on the snow. They only have 2 segments left, but it was a desperate action. One of them gets behind you, and do you have any injuries?
No.
Yeah. And one of them
Right.
gets behind you and sticks a knife in your ribs.
Am I a ghost now?
Oh my.
Oh, you take the level 2 harm.
Knife in the
Nice.
Knife in the ribs.
Don't forget you can resist with armor or
You can resist with
I
armor.
only have 1 more. Oh,
Well,
yeah, I
use
only have 1 more armor.
Well,
so
that'll resolve all of it.
yeah, I'm gonna take the last
Okay.
armor.
And to be clear to the chat, if some of you are familiar with Blades in the Dark, there are varying ways to use armor. We're using armor negates all damage just because that's more fun in our context. Some are just armor reduces it by 1 step. But that's more fun here. So yeah, the blade just like we see it like cut through your shirt and skirt off, armor plating on your ribs. But you've used your last piece of armor. What's your total gear now?
I'm at 2. Yeah, so I have
Out
2, out of 5.
5.
Well, I had 3, and then because of our group power, I had
You got-
2 more.
Yeah, 2
Yeah,
more
so
for
only-
only
You came,
armor.
you
or
came into
weapons.
this heist light.
Yeah, I had to come into this heist light because
You were supposed to be a street
somebody put me into a pit fighting match in order for her to bet on me.
fighter. Hey, there was a lot of other options there.
I made some money.
She did make some money. She did.
But let's check out what's going on in the catacombs. This is fun, right?
Yeah, dude.
Are you moving through them at this point?
We got some
Yeah.
heavy zoinks going on. down
Heavy
here, I'll tell you
zoinks.
Zoinks.
that. I was hoping Vesna would stay when she ran to the mummy. And scramble her way back up the stairs.
It's just another Tuesday.
What are you doing down here?
I can't use my hands anymore. Vesna, can you light us a lantern while we explore this hellhole?
Yeah, I'll light them. Dang it.
Don't you still have yours? Did you
Nope.
mark it?
I marked it last heist.
Oh, last heist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm at 1, 2, 3.
I'd like to get an idea what this place looks like down here.
Or
It is a bunch of winding, twisting tunnels and catacombs. There are there are bodies mummified and stuck into like slots on the walls.
Are they labeled?
Yeah. There's like Ancilia Musgrave, Norbert Musgrave.
He's an angry beaver.
I gotta he's an angry beaver. Deep hole. Just the deepest of holes. Yeah, names like Holtz Musgrave, Quess Musgrave. And these just seem to go on.
That's a lot of dead people.
Yeah, it's like a family crypt. And they're not like boom, 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 right? It's like every 15 feet you find another one. And like the stonework down here is very elaborate. And someone... No.
We missed something just now.
It's not that you missed something, it's just that I'm putting it on a roll later. We'll find out.
Okay.
What do you do?
I want to find the source of the music.
Yeah, okay. So, roll... What are you doing to do that? You tell me.
Is hunt appropriate?
I feel like
we're
it
trying
is.
to
If you're like, nope, it's quieter when we go this way. Let's go
Yeah.
that way.
Oh,
Yeah,
lost woods.
hunt is definitely
Okay, cool.
appropriate here.
Yeah, because I imagine her like putting her hand on the wall, like testing the vibrations, like things like that, right?
Sure.
That'd be fun, right?
Let's do this.
Hunt is about pursuing a target. Oh, it's I forgot to say the thing again. This is risky standard because you have the
My beautiful
music. Yeah. What'd you get?
I got a 3.
Oh.
That is peak King.
So here's the thing I do want to say is
That's my brand.
Yeah. Katie's brand is honestly rolling bad.
I'm gonna fill in one more segment. So you're at 3 out of 6 now. And you are like putting your like I like the idea of you testing the vibrations, like putting your hand up against the wall, and you do, and the mortar gives way, and it like crumples in, and there's a dead person like chained to the wall on the other side of that.
How dead?
Dead.
Mostly
well, like
dead.
skeleton dead or
Oh, not fully skeleton, and not that fresh.
Oh.
Oh, so in the middle.
The cold air down here is going to
Come
preserve
on.
that corpse. That's the
Oh.
entire purpose. Mortimer, you can say, well, anywhere from 6 months to 3 years.
Oh my goodness.
Well, at least it's
I
not a
just-
recent torture death.
I hate,
6 months is recent in
Well,
that
he's-
context.
I hate Octobu.
3 years is 3 years.
Welcome to Octobu. This is a spooky game.
It's
One
spooky
of,
month.
so
Spooky
one of my goals is to paint the world with a haunted brush.
Gross.
Yeah,
I keep
you
trying to
did
make it Scooby Doo, and Lauren keeps bringing me back down to what's the opposite of Scooby Doo?
It's the Cask of Amontillado is what just
That
happened.
thing.
So,
Such a good reference.
I don't know what that is. Uncouth.
Oh,
Did you go to high school?
Oh, what?
I did.
As a former English teacher, I'm very disappointed in you right now.
I was like, everyone's gonna get this one. Everyone's gonna get the Cask of Amontillado. We're doing the Telltale Heart. We're doing the Cask of Amontillado. We're doing Crimson Peak.
I don't know what the cask is. Is it-
Cask of Amontillado is about a guy who brings his business, not even business, like social rival down
Oh,
into his
and he
family
buries
crypt
him.
and buries
Okay,
him.
I remember that one.
Yes.
It's such a it's
Like
There's a Rammstein song about that.
fantastic. Of course. Fantastic. Love it.
Well, this guy's not helping.
Do we know?
Or is he? Like
Is he pointing?
Do we,
that way? He goes that way when you're done.
do we know who it is?
how considerate, right? Like somebody's just about to die. Like
With my dying breath, I help whoever comes in here.
Yes, you do know who it is because you are Vesna Rains. You are a socialite.
That's me, baby.
This is the corpse of Moreland Dunville, a man who is like a shipping magnate, basically. He was known as an importer-exporter. He acquired exotic goods, by which you know what you know that means. And what I'm going to tell you, you know that means is this dude imported like Skovlander demon artifacts.
oh, cool.
And one day, he disappeared. And everyone chalked it up to his business caught up.
And you were listening to the podcast about people trying to find him after he disappeared. So you're so caught up on it.
I saw it on TikTok.
Like, no, he disappeared like a year ago. You saw him at a party, 3 months before his disappearance.
Really glad he didn't say sexy ghosts. I'm really glad.
Oh, you should have a ghost, huh? But this place is...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
But this place is warded against ghosts.
I'll relay that information to Mortimer. Just everything you said.
Mhm.
But
What was that look for, JPG?
No, if it's warded against ghosts.
Yep.
Wouldn't the ghosts? Well, no, because the spirit bane charms, how they work, right? Is that if you're near it, it gets repelled, right?
It's up to interpretation based on the roll and all that jazz.
no.
They help you against ghosts, sure.
I feel like he's still around here.
Well, no, that's absolutely like
The ghost is still in the body.
Mortimer knew that what that ward was doing was basically the same thing he can do.
Okay.
Make the area anathema to ghosts.
Okay.
But the ghosts are bound to this place, and that's why up in the library, you could sense that it was still there, but it was like it's not. Like almost as if there was... I think like the other way to look at this is basically just like there are ghosts trapped in these rooms that you can feel that they're there, but you can't do anything about it. And yeah, I don't know that Mortimer can get that same sense that Steve can, because Steve is a ghost in a robot body, but like you know that if this thing has a ghost, because it was not burnt at Bellwether Crematorium, therefore it does.
Mhm.
It's being suppressed. It can't manifest.
I'm gonna take a close look at the body then. Just looking for any kind of clues I can get, I guess. Or any hints about if he just starved to death, I assume, right?
Yep, pretty much. Starved to death down here.
What else is in this room then?
is there a way out then?
Oh, here's the other thing you notice. The fingernails, like the finger bones almost, have been blunted.
Oh,
Dude.
And scratched into the wall is "I failed him."
I failed.
I hate this game.
Welcome to October, motherfucker. Last time was fun. We getting spooky.
I'm just trying to have fun.
Also, like real quick, bring it back. Are we good? Are we? Cool?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Totally, yeah.
Like check in. If X card is on the table fully at all times.
Yeah.
If anyone is like, hey, I'm not comfortable, please let me know.
I just hate spookies.
Which, by the way, chat, I'm sorry. I know we got a lot of raids, and I guess I didn't preface this.
Oh.
Like, trigger warnings. This is a horror game. We are playing with some spooky stuff. There are ghosts. There will be dead bodies. There will be death. Death is a common occurrence. My players, I'm very comfortable with just about all these people. I've played with everyone but Andrew before, but X card is on the table at all times. We are using safety tools. I just do want to reiterate that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what you find.
All right.
All right, I gotta laugh at arts. We're good to go. Okay, consider tonight a success.
I don't really know what else can be gleaned from this horrible thing.
Large hands, but weak hands.
Wow.
Can you get the noise in the mic when we do it next time, please? Oh,
That's pretty good.
it's a good noise.
I'm very sweaty.
And I'm right here.
I know, just... It was cuter that Lauren
You
did.
I
know what?
It was
bet.
cuter, yeah.
Yeah, so
I suggest we keep
No, hit me.
moving. But I want to steal some of his flesh.
stop.
Dude! Why?
For alchemy.
It's the most Mortimer
For
thing.
reasons.
That is that's
What is
peak
it
Mortimer.
called? Shit. What is mummy flesh called? People used to eat mummies.
It's not
Jerky.
mort flesh. Is it?
Jerky.
I just know mort flesh is a thing in other schools as well.
Jerky, exactly. Like, fuck it. It's a Futurama bit.
Yeah.
I was going to eat that mummy. No, like, that's why we don't have a lot of mummies.
Did we talk about this
Yeah, we
last
talked
week?
Did we? Did we talk about the fact that, like,
Where we talked about
Like-
this last week.
Yeah, we did.
Europeans used to eat mummies? Isn't that fucked up?
Mortimer keeps mummy jerky on.
You keep mummy
It's
jerky on
so
you?
gross.
But you collect and trade mummy jerky.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm part of a club.
We're sort of an adventurous eaters club. Yeah, you part of the Mummy of the Month Club.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Stop.
Blue mummy.
This mummy is fresh from Scotland. By fresh, I mean just got here. It died a long time ago.
It's Embalmer Eats.
Oh god.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, I cut off some of his flesh and I save it for later.
Yeah, we gotta play Heart because that's like truly in line with some Heart shit.
Yeah, and we're gonna
Um,
keep going on this catacomb unless Vesna wants to do something else here.
No, yes, let's keep going.
Let's keep going. Okay, what are you doing to keep going? What's the next step here? You've only got a couple segments. You've got 3 segments left on the Fine Musgrave clock.
Is Musgrave?
What are you doing to fill that?
Well, we were looking
We're
for
looking
music
for him.
originally.
Yeah, but I assumed he was with the music. I mean, I don't know. Honestly.
Meta wise, I'm telling you, finding the source of that music is finding him.
Okay, he's playing music.
Meta wise, we know Steve explored the upper floor of the house and he's not there.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We just run.
No, we need to.
They gonna be traps?
Who can say?
Who can say?
It's Lauren's favorite thing to
I
say
will
tonight.
send a lady ahead.
Ah, you
Scout.
sent Lady ahead to scout.
Yes.
What do you want to roll for that?
Dog.
Is that Lady giving you an advantage on prowl? Is that you using Lady to survey?
Roll for dog.
Roll for dog.
I still say hunt because we're still looking for him.
Oh, hunt is perfect for that. Actually, I think if you're using Lady
My
to hunt,
hunting dog.
one of the things I'm going to say is like by explicitly using Lady, you're putting Lady on the table as part of the stakes. But I think that gives you risky great here for a hunt roll.
Okay.
You can push
'Cause
stuff off to
ladies-
make it risky.
I honestly think you're controlled hunt. If you're using Lady, like this is the thing you and Lady do. You're a control hunt. You're a controlled. Great.
Is Lady able to be in ghost form
Yes.
in the house? Okay.
I think actually maybe Lady's not able to be in ghost
Oh, not
form
right
in the
now.
house. No,
That's a
right now
question.
Lady can't be in ghost form in the house. That we gotta play it true to that. Lady cannot be in ghost form down here. So risky great.
I'll push myself then.
Okay. You can get an extra die or you can bump yourself up to controlled great.
Controlled great.
Controlled great. Give me that roll.
I don't want anything to happen to my dog.
Yeah, don't want anything to happen to Lady.
That's
Ooh.
That's a 6. To be clear, I also know animal violence is off the table.
Yes.
That is a thing we've talked about beforehand. Nothing, I can assure you, the dog does not die. That is a 6.
6. Mm-hmm.
We fill out that clock.
I found him.
You do find him. And down here, in the deep, what are you laughing at?
R.I.P. Postmates.
R.I.P.
Oh god, that's
That's
a good
good.
one. All right.
Post-mortem mates.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
There's also
R.I.P.
Uber-
Postmates rolls off the tongue a lot easier.
Yeah. Uber Undead Eats. That was
Uber
another one.
Undead
That was a good
Eats.
one.
That's
That was a really
good.
one. That's a really good one.
I don't have a chat in front of me, so I need
No,
these
yeah.
thrown at me. They're great.
Nice.
You come to a sort of turn, and how do I describe this room? I think any of you here watch Castlevania on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay. Well, at least 3 of my players will like this. Maybe some of you in the chat will as well. You come to an underground area where there's like water flowing and small bridges that cross over it. And there are in the walls little alcoves, and each of those has another seat. And in those seats are more mummies. And they line it like in a ring.
It's like Mortimer like salivating
Yeah.
at this point right now.
And there are
He's got his
names.
bib ready.
There are names above them all, and they connect into a dome on the ceiling that is itself a family tree, dating back even further than the Musgrave line, to a point in the very, very, very middle. That is not even named. It's just at the height of the dome is a black gem, and it is painted in flaked gold, and it looks like an eclipsed sun. And all those lines stem down, and the names up there are not human names. I think Mortimer, you might recognize a few of them as demons.
Sick.
Oh.
Wait, so it goes.
There's
so
at the top of the dome there is a black gem,
Yeah.
and then around it is gold, and it looks like an eclipse sun, and
Gotcha.
that moves out. And from there are various names, probably with more gems set in.
Yeah.
And
So the
they're-
demons to humans?
Yeah. You're seeing names like the Azure Knife, the Sight Behind the Stars. I think we used the Iron Duke already in a previous episodes. There's like the Feaster of Apples and Souls, the Queen of the Fourth Wind, things like that. And then like all of a sudden it's just like Grell Balmor is the next one. And then those eventually come down into the 5 Muskgrave House founders. And in this room is several things. One is a stone slab upon which is set a very clearly dead open corpse that has been stitched together from numerous bodies, some of which fresh, some of which mummified. There is a gramophone in the corner playing that horrifying music that shakes your bones. And there is more of those strings hanging from the ceiling and bones and things like that. Something happened in chat.
You gotta
it's
follow.
just another follow.
You did the motion that you do when a thing happens in chat. So, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And on that in front of that operating table is Captain Musgrave. His mechanical arm, the fingers like scalpels, and at the same time a sewing machine, literally cutting and stitching as he goes. He does not have his mask on. You can see without his mask, he has no nose.
Do we know who he is?
Voldemort.
No, you have no fucking clue who this is. But I don't mean like a turf wizard no nose. I mean like
Got, like,
no
slashed off.
nose,
Oh,
like,
you mean literally
bone.
nothing? Oh, okay.
like to the bone.
Like Red Skull.
Yes.
Oh,
like
okay,
Red-
so,
like Red
okay,
Skull.
so Red Skull. Okay.
He's got an eye that's glassed over, and he hacks and coughs, but it doesn't interrupt the work of his perfectly spider-like arm that just continues to
Is
cut and sew more limbs onto this corpse.
Is it working like he's not even thinking about it?
No, it does feel intentional.
Okay.
It feels intentional, but so practiced, so good at it that it does not
Like it's
peak.
natural.
It's natural. The cough doesn't matter.
He's so gross.
And he is humming along with the music. There are more blood symbols painted on the walls. The water here does not run clear. It's glowing blue. This isn't water, it is ectoplasm.
Oh.
And it illuminates the whole thing with a sickly glow. Then we pop up back stairs.
So, obviously, whatever, you got almost stabbed.
Actually, real quick, I'm gonna use the bathroom. That feels like a good point to break.
Okay, yeah, we should take a quick
Quick break. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Bio break. Go over stuff.
I'll go over stuff. If you're just joining us right now, welcome to Perception Studio. We are an incredible place in order to watch tabletop RPGs. I did want to say on a personal note, thank you so much for stopping by. We know that you have lots of different choices on Twitch, especially on a Thursday night. But thank you so much for supporting the our tabletop community and the indie community in general as well. So we're playing Blades in the Dark right now. Ghost punk, right? Is going to be the best way to describe this. So we do have some tiers over here. Right, sorry. I'm never going to get this pointing thing. So for donations, for $10, we can do +2 or -2 to our absolute next roll. Thank you so much, DJ. Katie, if you wouldn't mind pointing for the $15 one. The $15 one is going to be advance or rewind a clock. You can actually see, the pieces over here. We filled up some clocks already. The 4-step clock is going to be for just unleashing a whole bunch of ghosts on us. 6-step clock is... Oh,
The
goodness.
house comes alive.
The house comes alive.
We're in a haunted house, and it's gonna come alive.
It's gonna eat us.
And the 8-step clock is going to be
That from the obelisk, from the artifact which Steve is holding, the sea will come out.
We get
the
blood
Star
ocean.
Ocean.
The
Yes.
Star Ocean.
We get
Star
ocean death.
And lots of things will happen. there.
Thalassophobia.
Wait, what is that?
That's fear of the open ocean.
Nice. Okay. Thalassophobia. That's a good word. $25. That's going to be for a character drop. You can drop in any character here. That's how we actually have Captain Jason Funderburger right now, if you've ever watched Over the Garden Wall. We had 80s Twink Aquaman a couple episodes ago. We had
Goth Ariel.
Goth Ariel.
Robot Devil from
Robot Devil from
Futurama.
Futurama as well, too. And then at the $100 mark, which you can see down... No,
Where are you reaching?
down here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not good with the camera. I'm not good with the camera.
It's under the
I'm not good with this. Down is alright. Okay.
It's
Behind
down
Katie,
that way.
right?
If you fill up this bar for us, we get to clear all of our stress, but something immediately bad happens. Which, benefits us, but also hurts us as well, too. But it looks like Loren is back from the bio break. How'd it go? Did you wash your hands? Fuck. Did you wash your hands?
You better wash your hands.
I can't tell these.
Smell them.
Yeah.
Smell those hands.
What the fuck? We're
How did
gonna
it
get
go?
canceled. It went well. Good God.
I'm just saying.
See what I have to deal with?
You know what? You know what I hate? Okay, so whenever I'm on camera with Chuck and
There
Cucumber,
we go.
whenever somebody goes in the bathroom and then comes back, they're always like, "What color is the soap?" And the immediate panic on people's face every time, because we know that you wash your hands. 90% of people wash their hands, right? But it's just that immediate, like, wait, did I look at the soap? I know I used it. What did I do?
It's like blue,
yeah.
pink, or green. always.
Exactly, right? Every time.
It's actually clear.
Yeah, this time it's like clear.
This time it's clear. That's fine. Well, don't give me that look.
He didn't wash his hands.
We're really worried that Lauren didn't wash his hands.
One step clock. Katie died. Not in.
Not even Vesna,
One
just
step-
me.
Circles.
No, Vesna's cool. I'm cool with Vesna. She didn't give me weird shit.
Chunk can play.
Chat's real worried about if you wash your hands or not now.
Chunk can play at Vesna. I think.
Chat. I watched
He was
my
wonderful.
hands. Chunk could play. I think Chunk could play Vesna. But could Katie play Chunk?
I would like to try.
Give me your best Chunk.
Oh, right now I don't have.
I don't care.
And my name's Chunk.
That was actually pretty good. That's pretty good. Art over there just like, I'm never having Katie on again.
You insulted me and everything I stand for.
And all the chunks.
Okay. Let's resume. We jumped back upstairs. We've got below. We have a horrible, creepy opera singer, sewing hand, machine guy stitching bodies together, doing something awful. Above, we've got
The action movie.
the action movie. We've got the John Wick. What happened?
So Steve is just gonna shout out to Zant. You good?
Go downstairs and follow everybody else.
Yeah. Do I hear the? Does Steve hear the music?
Yeah, you heard it in the foyer. It's there. At this point, there's like pum, 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 the hail hitting. There's guys screaming. There's gunshots going off. Somewhere like 4 fucking streets down, as Bart will be like, "What the fuck? What is happening? Oh my god! I was not prepared for this. Holy shit!"
Do you think Steve is like worried about his safety right now, or?
That's why he said you good. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, so I'm telling you to go downstairs.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
Look, one of your dads went into a creepy dungeon. The other of your dads is fucking fist fighting the cops.
Yeah.
Of course you're scared.
You had a good childhood.
A good
That's a
robot
rad ass childhood if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, I'll go down and follow the music. That's definitely the next step.
No.
I've been upstairs. I've been in the middle. It's time to go down.
Do not send
So,
obelisk down there.
Time is kind of weird. We're playing with time a bit. Like, they've been exploring the catacombs, right? As you've been fighting. So I think you're not there yet, but you're not far behind them.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of inject you into that scene after we get to what's going on with Zant.
If I hit my last stress point,
You're out. You're
I'm
taken
out
out
of
of,
the
the session. Not out of the game, out of the session. But there's a little wiggle room because I run games different. Most people, I think, run games different than how John Harper runs this game. And so it's kind of like tapping out in masks when it's like, you're gone for a scene, or an extended scene. But
I think this is going to add to our next session as well, though. But if I spend 2 stress in order to push myself, I do hit the end of my.
do you hit the end of it, or do you go over the end of it?
I hit the end of it.
Then you're good.
Okay, cool. Okay.
'Cause I believe, and this changes, I think, from Forge in the Dark game to Forge in the Dark game, and how I'm gonna roll. Sorry, I'm fucking with shit. I shouldn't fuck with shit.
Just threw it on the ground.
Yeah, why not?
It sounded like a mousetrap. It was like,
It was, yeah, and
you're
that's
like,
why I
"No!"
shouldn't be fucking with shit.
Threw it.
Sorry, I fidget. I tend to fidget. How I'm gonna rule it, because in the interest of, hey, we're doing actual play, we're doing live play. That's a whole different beast. You do not tap out until you would mark stress when you can't.
Okay.
If you want to push yourself, you can. But let me tell you, you're getting close. That means you cannot do flashbacks. You cannot resist.
If I use the lightning right now, do I still count as a small gang? Since I counted as a small
No,
gang
this
last.
is a different action.
Can't
You do have a
it
storm
all.
going, and that's cool.
Okay. Can I use a flashback right now?
Yeah, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with it?
So in the off time, Zant runs an orphanage. Can I have the little have my best, most talented orphan urchins go out and set up lightning rods?
How are you gonna have them fight the
Okay,
cops?
lightning. I was like, all right, I need my best, most talented orphans to hide until the cops show up.
Surprise stabbing! It's like
That's what I thought.
I cast Ball of Orphans.
oh god!
Summon Orphan 4. Yes.
I just summon them. It's a mech of orphans.
Orphan mech. An orphan mech.
As one comes to punch you, just a smiling child's face going, "Hi."
Yes, if you want to have your orphans have gone out to set up lightning rods.
Mhm.
Wait, lightning rods is what you don't want.
That's gonna save
that
the
would
cops.
attract the lightning.
Sorry. Okay. So you know how in the in the lore the city is protected by the
It is protected by a lightning barrier that keeps ghosts out. Yes.
So those I'm assuming get connected by different rods and all that. So could I
sure.
have them set up the rods?
Ooh,
no.
I heard a ping. What happened?
We got tipped.
jeez.
Tip.
Oh, it just got tipped. Oh my
BFK
gosh.
tipped 70. 70?
Plus 2
Did I read
rolls
that
to
right?
everyone and advance the complicated obstacle
Good.
Oh, good.
twice.
Hell yeah.
Here,
Okay,
everyone
so-
got a-
BFK, thank
cool.
you so much.
Thank
Two
you.
for you.
This is our symbol of
Two
our
for
plus
me.
2.
There's so we get coins in
Two.
this one. Yeah.
Oh, just one. Give me
Gold is-
that.
So did you have them set it up in such a way that you can arc the lightning barrier in?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
However,
One away.
that's going to cost you more than 2 stress. Simply because that requires a lot of effort. This seems like this is your swan song. This is your I'm dumping all my energy into this. You're going to take out everyone, but you're going to pass out.
Could this be Steve's flashback somehow?
If Steve led the orphans to do it, sure.
Yeah. You were like, hey, Steve, go take these rods and these orphans.
The orphans do really love Steve in the headcanon that we have made.
It's not the head canon, it's the real canon.
In the real canon that we have made.
And Steve has chosen a forever brother, so that's...
No, we're not doing a forever brother, okay? We're
You
not.
picked out one of the orphans already?
No, we're not doing a
Does Zara
forever
keep him
brother.
away from you all the time?
It's Angus.
It's
Little
Angus.
No, it's not.
It's like
My name's Angus.
You're gonna die, kid.
BFK, by the way, since
forever.
since you tipped, tell me the name of one of the orphans in my orphanage. We'll do something with it. But yeah, so if that's Steve's, can I then set it off?
No, Steve needs to roll because that is complicated. That is a lot of effort.
Yeah.
During the downtime, Steve did this. Steve, what role do you want to roll to do that? And you have to spend 4 drain.
Oh,
Oh, that would put me over.
by
Yep.
the way,
There's
you have
no
to-
way to not have someone go over.
Okay. But then I wouldn't be down until the next one?
You would pass out down there.
Oh,
You have 3 drain.
I have 3.
Yeah.
But you're saying it would cost 4.
Do you each want to spend 2?
Yeah, because
Oh, we can
I'm
do
at
that,
Did
the,
you do this
I'm at-
together?
I'm at the edge and you have one left.
Did you do this together?
that's
Oh,
fine.
100%.
That works.
Okay.
This was definitely a family outing.
Yeah.
100%. This was like we had a
All right, kids, no soup this week, but we're going to
Everyone-
tamper with the wall that keeps everyone safe from the legions of undead.
yeah,
Yeah.
we had a full picnic.
Yeah.
It was a really nice day.
Have a picnic on that roof. Make
Yeah.
sure you raise the lightning roof nice and high, nice and high,
We
nice
gave
and
up
high.
Christmas for this.
Yeah, Christmas.
No, don't say that the orphans are getting Christmas, please. Don't
We
say
boiled
that.
our shoes and ate them to come here today.
Now we're bored.
Weird.
Okay, so each of you,
Are the rolls correct?
The rolls are. I'm sorry. I can't
Wait,
see
everyone
right now.
should get a +2.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody should get a +2.
The
Plus-
complicated obstacle clock should be 1 away from filled.
Yeah, so this should have it filled twice.
There we
Yeah.
go.
If someone wants to donate $15, you can make the house come alive.
Oh God, make the house come
Yeah,
alive.
And that
please
will
do.
be fun
And that'll
for
clear all of
everyone
our
involved
stress.
as we get closer
That'll
to
help
the
us out.
to the end of this. Sorry, just doing a time check. You do a flashback. You and the orphans. Is it like? Do you disguise it as an outing, or is this like they know what they're doing? They know what they're setting up. They know this is what puts food on the table.
No, I think we are
Sad.
deciding that we're protecting the orphans from this, you know? Like we're teaching them valuable life skills because that takes a lot of engineering.
You can
and
use child
creativity.
labor and protect them from the fact that they're being exploited for
You
child
know,
labor.
there
Oh,
is.
Jesus.
This is a fun outing.
We get a
right
raid.
now, okay?
Oh, we get a raid! Hey! Oh, and wow. Okay, thank you for the raid. Who raided us?
This was Side Quests Live.
Thank you, SideQuest Live, for the raid. We are currently playing John Harper's Blades in the Dark, a spooky ghost punk game of criminals in a dying fantasy world. Think Dishonored meets Peaky Blinders. This is our intrepid crew of ghost hunters. They are on a mission to destroy a demonic artifact capable of turning one's soul into a demon. A lot has happened, but to catch you up real quick, they're in a haunted house trying to work with some people to enact a ritual to stop demons from coming into the world. You can fuck with them in several ways. This is a very creepy, sad game. So, by the way, just top of the order here. Content warning: there is gore, there is horror, there are dead bodies, there are ghosts, there is people eating mummy jerky.
I haven't eaten it yet.
You haven't eaten it yet, but you do have it. You can mess with them in several ways. Up above me are 3 clocks. And a couple of bonus little symbols. If you donate $10, you can give them +2 or -2 to their next rolls. For $15, you can fill a segment on any clock. The 4-step complex obstacle clock unleashes a horde of ghosts upon them. The 6-step complicated obstacle clock, which is almost full, will cause the artifacts they are trying to destroy to animate the house around them, and it will attempt to kill them. If we fill the 8-step clock, the artifact brings the full might of the demon sea down upon them, including several demonic creatures, and attempts to drown them, and it will be horrible all around. If we manage to get to $100 tonight, everyone will clear all of their stress. 2 of our characters are almost completely stressed out, which will remove them from the game if that occurs. And the situation will escalate wildly out of control. We've had things like entire ships blowing up, docks being lit on fire, and the reaction of my players to my left tells me something just
Let's get an action done before we die here.
Yeah, like, could we
Let's
do the action first?
Hey, fantastic! We got a donation. What did we get?
So is BFK tipped $15, and name the kid Charles. So Charles is gonna be the
That's on my
lead
list.
orphan that set up all the lightning.
Charles did a good job
things.
that
The
day.
lead orphan.
The lead orphan. Yeah, and advance the complicated clock.
Good. Love it.
So we get escalated and clock.
And
5 things happen.
and we hit the 100. So right.
Yeah.
We hit the 100. The complicated obstacle
Okay.
occurs.
no more
So we
But-
clear
stress.
the stress.
Things gotta happen in order.
Yeah.
So let's finish up this flashback that we were in the middle of, which was almost gonna put you over the edge. But let's see what happens. So I need a roll from someone here. Is this a group action? Is one actually? It's not a group action because it's only the 2 of you. One of you is aiding or setting up the other.
Okay.
Are we tinkering?
There's a lot here. You tell me. Like, this is one of the moments where we are going to have to get down kind of into the mechanics of it and figure out what's what.
Yeah. 'cause
Okay,
mean,
I
what's
think this
your
takes
best?
magic, so I was thinking this is
You're
a
at tuning.
This is prowl. This is attune. This is tinker. This is
I'm
any
pretty-
of them.
I'm
I'm
with
gonna-
a tune.
I'm a good with a tune, so then all
Then I
and you're
think you
leading
got to
and
be
I'm
leading it.
Okay.
I think if you want to go with attune, you got to be leading it.
with
This
aiding it,
is-
you-
This is desperate. You are dealing with the lightning barrier.
But the pick
we
was
have- we
nice.
both have
To
a
be
plus
clear
two, so
to
one of us
anyone who
will
may not
get
be
this.
aware, and to my players, this city is surrounded by a series of lightning rods that keep the ghosts out. Outside of this city is like, what if Mad Max was the fucking haunted mansion? Like,
Like music
you
and everything?
don't go outside of the city because it is just horrible haunted houses full of feral ghosts for, I'm talking countries. Like, you're one of the last cities on the planet left.
And you're messing with the barrier.
And you're messing with the thing that keeps that at bay.
No. I wanted to set it up and use my own lightning.
No, I get that.
Okay.
It's still desperate because you are tapping into that. You're tapping into something that powerful.
So I got 2 dice.
You're wild.
And I'm about to fuck this up.
Are you gonna
That's- I mean, you literally were just like, all right, Iron Man, you got the Infinity Stones. So I have 2 dice.
Okay.
Does the aiding not add a die? or
Aiding
yes?
can add the die,
Okay.
or you can bump up the position or effect.
Okay, and we are.
Desperate for standard.
Desperate great.
Charles has got this.
Desperate great.
Shouldn't we
Ouch,
be less
Charlie.
than desperate? What's under desperate?
Risky.
Oh, that doesn't sound good either.
Well,
No,
risky's
above
regular.
desperate is risky.
Oh, sorry. So we can.
Desperate is the
So we can go to risky, right?
You can go to
If we
risky.
pick-
You can go to risky standard.
The
Make it a risky standard. The old risky standard.
I don't know which one's worse. I don't know which one's better. I don't know what.
Could we both use our +2s on this one since he's aiding?
You can do a setup action to do that, yeah.
And here's mine.
Everybody's like, and you have my sword.
If you want to do a setup, that can increase things. That's good.
What would that
Fuck.
look
So no.
like?
So sorry. Just
You tell me, is this you clambering to the places the orphans can't
Well,
reach?
yeah, I have the spider climb, so I can obviously reach.
So if you give
places
me
where
a
the
prowl
orphans
as a
can't.
setup,
Perfect.
if you give me a
Dude,
prowl as a setup,
give me
then what
desperate-
I'll say is that
can increase the position further.
Okay, I'm
Give me
gonna.
desperate great, bro. Just give me
No,
desperate.
give
I'm
him desperate
prowling.
great.
I'm prowling for the setup.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be desperate
because I
great.
get 2 on that, and I got a +2 here, so maybe we'll get a double 6 and we'll go crazy.
Yeah, this is risky standard.
Great.
Steve.
2 5s
So he gets a 6.
with the +2.
Oh, with the +2. Wait, does it count as 2 6s?
Yes. Fuck it. Couple things happen here. I know we're like 12 things deep.
Things are happening, and
Things are
on top
happening.
of things are happening.
You
things
set
are
that
happening.
up, Steve. You're good to go. You're gonna make it risky great.
There's
It's
your
not
risky
even
great.
desperate.
There it is.
Enjoy.
There it is.
It's risky.
Take your
Even better.
Take your 2 dice and your +2 and make something happen.
It's
Get
risky
at it.
great.
Use those orphans.
Okay.
And now you have to set. You still have to do the action. This is risky great to do the action.
Okay.
yeah,
So I got
go
the
for
2
it.
die for a tune. Oh my god. Just.
Orphans, orphans, orphans,
Oh,
orphans.
wait. Add a die.
Oh, throw no.
Oh, throw in a third?
Throw a
I-
third die.
Don't have to.
Well, no, do it. Maybe you'll get.
Sixes?
I got a 6 and a 4
No.
plus the 2.
Roll anyway.
Roll
So
it
can I roll
anyway.
Anyways.
Triple 6s.
Show me potato salad.
It's a
Ah,
3.
boo.
Oh, well, whatever.
That would have been cool though.
So I got a 6.
So spend 2 stress.
Okay.
And we see. What does it look like?
Do I
As
get-
lightning from the barrier siphons off.
Do I get to use this though?
Yeah, we're doing a critical.
Okay, so critical. Okay, cool.
Yeah, go spend it.
Lightning from the barrier siphons off, and we see an aerial view as it like. What happens when we come down? As the camera looking down on the city sees that like blue line, and then we pan down to behind you.
It's the lightning rods aren't. So when the lightning comes, it doesn't go to the lightning rods. It goes directly to me. And so you know that scene in Avatar
That's
where they
exactly
start
what I was
redirectly
thinking.
the lightning. But yeah, so
You
when they redirect the lightning, it starts making different lines in order to hit as many things as possible. But the lightning has to come to me first.
okay? You got a critical success. As you are shooting this lightning out, it tears through Bluecoats. And the building across the street fucking collapses.
We're getting so much heat from this.
Oh, you're getting heat. You're getting a shitload of heat from this. And Jason Funderburker is just like, and we see him pull the trigger, and like the lightning bolt extends from your fingers and like hits the bullet and keeps going into his gun, and then like it blows backwards and he spins. He falls into the snow and hail is just pelting down. And now there is like a lightning storm around you as hail is pelting and you are just wiping out the Bluecoats that are coming in as reinforcements. I'm removing that clock entirely.
Yes.
I'm removing the breach clock entirely.
The Katie dies.
Oh, the KD dies clock is removed entirely.
Yeah, Katie dies clock.
And the other thing is that energy siphons. We see like there's a moment where this all ends and the energy siphons off of you. It almost pulls like ethereal threads out your back and winds itself around the runes and the bones in this place. And I am refilling the Ghost Ward clock.
Oh.
It is completely full.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
You
BFK.
have brought the literal Ghost Ward that protects the entire city. You've brought the energy of it to here.
Okay.
Wow.
Like if Mortimer can wreck a room, someone did that citywide to protect this place, right? You just refilled that. You kind of did the equivalent of like, I mean, this is being like, my remote doesn't work, and you stick like a fucking like D battery in it. You're just like, boom. I mean, like that's not
how that works.
That's not how that works,
That's how
but
it
you
works.
did it,
But I did it.
Okay.
right?
Simpsons.
You did the equivalent of like, oh no, our car's running out of gas, and it's the 1920s. Stick some moonshine in.
Yeah.
Like that's what
And
you
then,
did,
and then a match.
and then a match, and the whole car is like.
Is that a thing?
It's a
It's a
cartoon
thing
ass
now.
thing.
Okay, yeah,
It's a thing now. You did that.
CFK.
You did that.
I'm gonna go back to
BFK, thank you so much for the donations, by the way. That really helped us in the moment.
It did. It did.
That
So
kind of went
na-
so bad.
So now we're triggering the stack.
It also like revitalizes you
Oh.
and recharges you completely.
Great, love
Oh.
Everyone clears all stress.
Whoop, whoop.
Music's actually kind of nice.
You
now
know
that
who
I
else
did
is
the-
recharged? The house.
The house,
Yeah, I
because
had
what
an
starts
idea
to
in
happen?
case
Oh,
that didn't
shit.
work.
What starts to happen is
Damn.
things start to wildly escalate. Around you in the home, as you're in the upper floor, Zant, as you walk back inside, the wallpaper begins to peel. And not just like fall down, it rips and tears and forms hands. The staircases start to creak and moan, and we see almost from the outside, it looks as if the house is literally shifting like it is a torso. Its shoulders moving and wrenching itself from the ground. The marsupiary lifts off and just into the ground. And it pushes up.
Oh my
And the
god.
whole thing creaks. And where you are, in the underground crypt, all the walls start to ripple and shudder. And originally this haunting was going to be like, doors smack you in the face. But the situation has escalated. The building is trying to run.
Why are you
I
running?
hate it when that
What?
happens. Why are you running?
Like to where?
This is this is Monster
Is it
House.
going like north, south, east, west?
It's currently trying to pull itself out of the ground.
Okay.
Like houses do.
Like houses
Like
do.
houses do.
I think the fence that's like around it, the big fenced wall, like rolls up and just smashes into the side of the building, and then like grabs a bunch of shit from inside and unrolls as another arm. So it's got like one big stubby bulky arm and one long one, and it's like scrabbling and scratching at the street and trying to pull itself out. And the room you're in down below pitches forward about 30 degrees.
So much heat.
And you like all kind of stumble, and that's when the stitching in the corpse goes across it, and he pulls his hand out, and turns, and you have found Captain Musgrave, and he goes, "Quickly, You've brought the device, as emotions. You've brought the artifact. We need to use it now. We must give it corporeal form to destroy it.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know
Sure
enough
fucking
about,
doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know about
That
enough
doesn't sound
about
right,
ghost
but I don't know
stuff.
enough about demon artifacts and dead bodies to dispute you.
Yeah.
Has Steve caught up down there yet?
Yo, Steve's down there now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Steve has entered the room.
So the music
was like-
didn't do anything to Steve.
I don't want to deal with that right now.
Oh, no. Perfectly fine.
Best. Oh, you're the
Most
You're
understood.
the best GM ever.
I think here's what it is. When the whole room pitched,
Oh, sure.
the gramophone fell over and shattered. Yeah. Record scratched. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
That's the dead body speaking. That's
So,
What was his
So it just looks up. It's at that moment,
I don't know the guy.
as funny as that is, it's stitched down the middle. It's got like high cheekbones on one side, kind of sullen ones on the other. There's mismatched teeth. The eyes don't look right.
Oh, there's teeth, yeah.
Damn it.
There's teeth.
Now I have, a point of order.
Several, but yeah.
When, as a whole, I can swap bodies.
Uh-huh.
When that occurs, what happens to the things inside of the body?
It stays with it, no?
What happens? Does Tall Steve go limp?
Well, I mean, yes, Tall Steve would go limp, but it's part of my ability to have compartments.
Mm-hmm.
Would those, transfer somehow to the other?
Can you
Or-
read the ability for me?
Yeah, it's compartments. Your items are built into your frame and may recess beneath panels out of sight. Your frame can now carry +2 load.
Both frames can do that.
Okay, so it's just separate for both. Okay, so it's not a shared.
I don't think it transfers. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Unless it does.
Jesus.
Does it? Is it a pocket?
Yeah, that's
we
too
didn't know.
much.
We didn't set that up.
I don't
that
think-
feels
yeah.
too much.
I don't think
Feels
ghost
too
energy
much.
can do that quite.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Are we sure?
Yeah. So I mean, Steve just kind of shows up in the room. Everything's going haywire. It's just like, do we trust
Oh
him?
my god. Vesna turns to Mortimer and asks, is that true that we need to summon the demon to
He's
destroy
like,
it?
Give me the artifact. We need to get it in the body now. If we don't, it will animate this home, and we won't be able to kill it. And I'm not using Musgrave's voice. Musgrave's voice is more like, give me the artifact. We need it now. I need to put it in this body and stitch it up so we have something to kill.
Is it two markedly different voices then? Or
No, it's just me not knowing what I'm doing.
Gotcha. All right.
I haven't had a chance, so I haven't played Musgrave in
Yeah,
like 3 episodes. So
That's a
yeah,
good point.
he's more gravelly, and he's like, no, we need it now. If I can put it in this corpse, I can bind it.
Oh, I don't trust this at all, you guys. I'm not even in the scene.
Do I know if that'll work?
Yeah. Is it
Oh, let's
true?
study, because I've studied.
No, because here's the thing.
Better get down here.
Mortimer is part of a church whose whole goal is this. Mortimer, you take one look around this room. Musgrave is the heretic.
Yeah.
He's
Okay,
trying to
that's what I
turn himself into a demon. He's building himself a new body. If he does this right, this is what your church has been after forever.
Yeah.
He found the thing. He didn't found the thing, he found a way. He found one of the ways to turn yourself into a demon, which is what your church has wanted. Its entire inception
Mm-hmm.
is we need to find out a way to literally. They have a fucked up view of soul, and demons are the purest thing because they have no soul, and therefore their soul cannot be corrupted because they do not have one. So they can do whatever the hell they want, and there is no sin. If he does this, he will be just transferring consciousness, not soul, into a physical form that would be close to unstoppable. I know we talked about off air. You've got a flashback
I'd like
planned?
to use a flashback now
Hey!
Oh,
to call in my good friend Melissa, the priestess, who I informed about this job. And I've given her all the details about what we're doing.
Whoa.
Because I want to take this obelisk for us,
For the church.
for the church.
You want to take it for the church?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. We could use it.
Yeah.
It was like for our group.
Well, I mean, the church is my friend.
But we're your friends.
Well, right now we have a big target on us because of this thing.
That's also fair. I did.
What's
I
it
did
look like?
Release
What-
like
The
is the flash-
flashback
Yeah,
is me meeting with her in like a church. Go to like a confessional and we talk about this so no one can like spy on us.
I think Melissa's on the other end. Is like, Brother Mortimer, have you learned anything of the path?
I have uncovered an artifact from a recent outing with my crew. An obelisk of sorts that gives great power.
Do you believe it to be the key?
I do indeed. A demon had piloted it when we first ran into it. He was dealt with, and now it seems... What are the Ghost Wardens?
Spirit
The Spirit Wardens wish it destroyed. We've taken their task, and I've agreed to meet them there. But I would much prefer it to be in the hands of the church than the Spirit Wardens who would destroy it, or perhaps even worse.
Spirit Wardens are like a branch of the church, and they unfortunately are zealous in their pursuits. Such a thing as this is invaluable if what you say is true. What would you have?
Like she wants to know what I...
What do you need?
Oh. I would need a squad to assist us. I'm not sure how many wardens will be waiting for us, but I would like the artifact to be intercepted.
There are those in our order who would balk at the idea of confronting the spirit worlds. And so I shall assign the sisters' penitents to this. They will follow orders to the letter. See that this ends up back in the church's hands. And I can assure you, you will be greatly rewarded.
Of course.
And that's our flashback. I think you got to spend 2 stress for that. You had ample opportunity. What's the situation? Is this like you make a noise and they come running? Were they already in the house in places we just didn't see them?
I imagine they're in the house.
They're in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. That
I like
is
that
maybe a little more complicated. So I think 3 stress.
Steve was looking around the house, and they're like ducking behind him.
Yeah, that's what we get is these scenes of these women in like black hoods that cover everything but their nose and mouths and eyes. And they are wearing like just layers and layers and layers of tattered clothing and like Bibles, not like actual Bible scripture, but like whatever the equivalent of scripture is, as like just tacked and stapled on and moved. I'm going very Warhammer here, like on with like wax seals and things like that. And they all have like blades and they're hiding. And one of them is like about to go into the library. And another goes, "No, sister, they are part of the plan." And they like retreat. And that's when like we get like a moment of Steve like stepping in and hearing a creak and looking behind themselves. Like, it's just an old house. And then moving in. We see them like dropping books on the floor and leaving as they hear you come up the stairs. They've been
One
in
was
this house.
behind the curtain that was.
Several
look
had
down
like
to see the
hastily bricked themselves up in the cellar, where like the other bricks fell down and you
God.
saw the corpse.
I hope none of them were in the marsupiary.
None of them were in the marsupiary. Absolutely. And so they've been in the house. What happens?
They, I give the signal, whatever that is. I assume like a
Whistle?
whistle.
Or like
You-
can you
Is
do
it a
first?
specific
on your
note on your
instrument,
harp?
maybe, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah.
I like
you
that a
play.
lot.
You start playing like a hymn on the harp, and there's the sound of footsteps as the sisters penitentia come down the hall with wicked blades in hand, ready to seize by force the artifact. And what's the goal here?
The goal is to get the take this nerd out, and then get the artifact out of here.
The artifact's in Steve.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand the artifact off to him. Unless,
Bye.
you guys are-
Interesting.
At which point I think they're like it's a small gang of them, just that those are the ones that are able to get here. A small gang
I could have definitely beaten them up then.
appears here
all right.
and is in this hall, like behind you. They're behind you. You're kind of in the room, and then he's on the other side. And I think Musgrave goes, "You have interfered with things that you should have let lie. I would have spared you, you know. Steve, bring it to me. And I will make you whole again."
Now, okay.
Can he do that?
It's just like a Mortimer? What?
Steve, my boy, you knew this man would betray us.
Steve,
We
I'm
all
ticking
knew what would
I'm
happen.
ticking a segment on the hunger clock,
Yeah.
and he says, "Do you remember what it's like to taste wine? To feel meat melt in your mouth?
Mushroom beer.
Do you remember the taste of mushroom beer? Do you remember the last time you were drunk, Steve? Do you remember the last time you felt those cobblestones beneath your feet? The last time you felt that hail pounding above actually make you cold? The warmth of a coat by a fire? I can give it back."
Now, you said the room is surrounded by like a lake of electroplasm?
It's like a disc sort of in the it's like a half moon,
Like a
almost
moat?
in the middle, and there's like a moat of electroplasm running through it and like 3 tiny bridges that go over it.
Am I close to that electroplasm?
Yeah, you're in the room.
Yeah.
JP just like, what the fuck is going on?
I just want to put out there, Papa Mortimer is trying to steal stuff from you, but Zaddy Zant would never do that.
Zaddy Zant, fucking Christ!
Yeah, that was
Steve has 2 dads.
No, he has a dad and a zaddy. He got a daddy and a zaddy.
All
Uh,
right.
what I want to do, so since I am powered by electroplasm,
Sure.
Okay.
I want to reach in there and just overcharge my laser blast at Musgraves.
He's a good guy.
That's my boy.
That's so
And I'm just like drunk with power. just dip whatever I need to dip in there.
Just
and just
like-
yeah.
There's a lot of things that are about to happen.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm very excited. to see
And one
all
of
them
those
happen.
is like the Sisters Penitentia are like they know where it is because you told them.
Yeah.
And they know who he is, and he is not who we thought he was. And this is a desperate role. This is desperate for great.
Mhm.
So give me that roll.
And I'm pushing myself.
Okay.
I guess. I don't even know what I need to roll. A tune?
Yeah, I think attune is like to the ghost field and magic and shit.
Okay.
But this could also be hunt because that is ranged attacks.
Either one is fine.
Yeah.
Well, they have different ramifications.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna-
tell me which one you're
I'm
doing.
gonna do a tune because I'm dipping right into.
So this
the
is less
electric
about precision
plasma.
and more about just.
I want the full force of power that I can get
Yeah.
from dipping into this and just shooting it right off at him.
Okay.
That is really it. And so I'll push myself for 2. But also it's electroplasm, so wouldn't I just clear the drain anyway?
No, because it's still like pulling from you.
all right.
But you were able to use that to accentuate this, so you're at desperate great.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure to mark experience in that.
Oh, okay.
That category.
I will do that. Let me do this roll. Here we go. It's a 6.
Nice.
That's a
It's
6.
It's a 6 and a 5, so
yeah.
that almost was a critical.
You went big. You didn't go precise, and Musgrave is gone. Just top half
Like annihilated?
annihilated.
Oh, I thought you left.
As
Yeah,
you,
so
this is like Samus Super Smash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The front of the house, as it like picks itself up out of the ground, the whole room kind of shakes, and like the area you're in is like clotted in dirt, and it's like the pelvis of this home, and like this beam just goes and the house just like splits and starts to crumble and fall.
Lauren, in the chat, there's a pretty pertinent question.
Yeah, what's
right
that?
Now. So, question: would shoving your dongle into electroplasm, which is a fuel source, while possessed by supernatural hunger, have any sort of consequence?
Oh, I'm waiting for that one. I knew that was coming, and I'm waiting for it.
Extra points for using the word dongle. Thank you so much.
That was Steven, I believe, right?
Was it fucking hell? Of course.
Karthus?
Yeah, it's Steven.
Karthus. Steven, DM me later. We'll figure it out. As far as right now goes, I don't know. While having the hunger, if you stick your fucking ghost dong into the pool,
dongle,
the ghost dongle.
No, a dongle is like. Do you know what a dongle is?
I know what a dongle is. It's
okay.
dong, but for technology.
Yeah.
It's a techno dong.
I hate this.
I don't know. I don't know what the ramifications are. That's neither here nor there because that's not what's happening. The horny ghost river, probably. Who can say?
Oh my goodness.
But you blast through the home, and this whole place starts like shaking and coming down. And the sisters penitentia are just like drawing blades and kind of look to you, Mortimer, as this happens, and they can see it like thrumming with energy, especially because you dipped your arm into the electroplasm in there. And as Musgraves like falls, his like part of him just incinerated. He just takes from his coat a dagger made of Leviathan tooth, and as he falls to the ground, stabs it into that corpse, and it begins to jerk and shudder, and its many limbs start to. And it picks itself up. And Xant, the whole house just lifted out of the ground and then got cut in half by a laser from beneath.
Which of course I'm so proud right now. Right?
And
I'm so
Brimming with
proud.
pride.
all
That's
of the
my boy.
all of the mummies are like
It's pretty cool.
as ghosts like leave them, and the ghost ward is destroyed. And because I gotta play true to my fiction here, there are screams coming from all over this house. I mean, this is the biggest heat score you could possibly hope for, but hey, Wrong Perception Studios is fun.
Could I have like zaddy senses knowing that Steve is in danger?
Nothing else
right now?
could have done
We're
that.
all in danger.
Well, no, it's just more so that like.
Oh, everyone's in danger.
We're all in danger.
But and I want to be clear on this as well. The Sisters Penitentia, like, are they like gonna hurt Steve?
They want that artifact, so they're brought here to get.
I think you might have seen, like, I could see Xant seeing one running down.
Like, I just want to appear in the scene.
You're there now. That's
Yeah,
fine.
and
We're at our breaking point. You're there now. We gotta wrap this up in 30 minutes or so. So yeah, you're there.
Yeah, and so I think the next scene is after that split. I run down there, and as I get into there, I just see all these sisters like just closing in on Steve, right?
Yeah, they're chanting. They're like, they are reciting a hymn, and like the upbeats of the hymn are them striking their blades against each other, and their blades are broad and flat
I'm
and
assuming
silver and shined and inscribed with prayers
And made of metal, right?
and made of metal.
Good.
Are you gonna attack my sisters right now?
They're about to hurt my son.
He has
It's
another
Daddy
body to
versus
go
Papa.
into.
It doesn't matter. It could hurt. Like, we don't know if it'll hurt his soul or anything.
I think one of them is like puts like as you come down those stairs, you are like getting ready to throw lightning, and you run into a blade at your throat, and you stop, and she's like, "Be quiet, witch. We have a job to do. Interfere, and I will cut you from groin to jaw."
I do it. I release lightning, and I'll take the consequence. My son is in trouble.
Sure. All
right.
All right. Real quick, I do want to take a quick. Let's step back. What are goals and stakes here? Let's start. What are the goals and stakes? What do you want the outcome to be? What are we getting out of this? What are the goals and stakes for Steve?
I think at this point he just wants the obelisk to be destroyed.
Okay.
So it's whatever, as soon as it was clear that it wasn't, Musgraves wasn't going to do that,
Mhm.
It's like just
And-
whoever's the next one who's going to take care of this thing and make sure it doesn't bring a demon out or
The
whatever.
penitentia are not going to do that.
Well,
To be clear, like
I don't think you
stakes
can
on
tell
the
that
table,
quite
cards
yet,
on the table.
but it's definitely
Maybe Steve can't tell that, but we know.
Yeah.
Because we've seen Mortimer's flashback. They want
Steve-
to bring it to the church.
Steve's just
The church
going
can
down
do
the
same
line.
thing.
Steve started with Musgraves.
Okay.
If it has to be the Sisters of Penitentia, then they'll go next.
Cool.
If it has to
All right.
be
Zant.
whoever's just down the line.
I'm just more worried about our safety at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what concerns you is the safety of the crew.
the safety of our team. Yeah.
Vesna, it's been a hot minute since we've heard from you. I'm sorry we haven't thrown camera on you in that way, and we'll pick up with you probably right after this. But what's Vesna's stakes and goals here? What does she want?
I was thinking about that because I don't think what Mortimer wants to do with it is a great idea either, but that's her team, so I think she wants to escape with the obelisk.
Okay.
Oh, I'm behind that.
I think she wants to take it and run with it.
Okay. And Mortimer, what's your goal?
Mortimer
what are your
wants-
stakes?
He
What's your-
wants the obelisk. He wants the obelisk safe, and he assumes if we keep it with a group, that'll just put a big target on us, like it already has. That's why he gave it. He wants to give it to the church, and he assumes he'll be able to visit it and study it.
Okay. Let's pick back up. You wanted to unleash lightning, but we have not focused on Vesna in a hot second.
Yeah.
So camera focuses on Vesna, and this is like your cool, you're the hound shit kicking in, and what you just saw is all of this unfolding around you, and you have the split-second reaction.
Does she
What
like?
do you do?
Is it that like slow motion?
Sure.
Like-
All this comes into play. We get to see it in focus.
So does she see me with a knife to my throat?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you do, Vesna? Camera's on you. You have full control here.
Can I have a flashback?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a little bit, not too far back.
Just a little flashback.
Yeah, just a little flashback. I wanted to use the devil's footsteps, just like maybe right as Steve was shooting everything down. Right after,
Uh-huh.
is it possible for her to open him up and take the obelisk out and have
Oh,
it on her?
I
person?
love that.
Yep.
Absolutely love that.
The flashback is like now what we see is you across the room with the obelisk. You had opportunity. And
Steve was
ability.
focused on the late, like there was no, yeah.
It's two stress. So the thing is like Andrew as Steve's player, you can resist that. If you don't want to, that's totally fine.
Yeah, no need.
I think the thing is it just happens. If you don't want to resist that,
There's
it
like a
just
little back
happens.
hatch.
It's like Bender's little door.
Yeah, it's
It
like a
opens
little
it
door,
up.
Yeah.
You slip it out. And you've got it now. You have the obelisk.
I would say even if I could push it further, just be like,
Oh.
all this is happening and you're looking around, but Vess is not even there.
You just got a raid.
Is she gone?
She's
Yeah. Is it the DAT network or the DAT network? Just rated.
Hey!
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the
Hey.
raid. Everyone, welcome. We are currently playing John Harper's Blades in the Dark, a ghost punk game of heists and skullduggery. And I think Peaky Blinders meets Dishonored. And our entire crew has just decided to backstab each other in the most wonderful way as they deal with an artifact capable of turning a person into a demon. There are many ways in which you can fuck with our chat up above. JPG, you want to run us through those?
Yeah, so for $10, you can add +2 or -2 to any of our next rolls. That's going to be, next up is going to be the $15 one. That's going to be advanced or rewind a clock. If you see the clock right above us, this one has actually been filled and we've been dealing with the consequences for that. For the 4-step clock, that's going to be a whole bunch of ghosts come in and mess us up. And the other one is the 8-step clock. That's going to be the
Ocean
ocean.
Yeah.
The artifact you are currently trying to destroy / smuggle summons the entire ocean to your location.
Just summons the entire ocean to our location. Yeah, great. And for $25 is going to be a character drop. You can drop in any character you want. It could help us, hinder us, whatever we want. We had the Robot Devil from Futurama. We had Captain Jason Funderburger as
As a cop?
As a cop, apparently. Yeah, we've had a whole bunch of fun ones as well. And every $100 that we reach, you'll see, I always do the opposite way. Every $100 that we reach, that's going to clear all of our stress, which is incredible for us, but something bad immediately happens.
Such as a bunch of people showing up to try and steal an artifact and the entire house getting out of the ground and also falling apart at the same time.
Yeah.
So Vesna's got the obelisk. You've stolen it out of Steve's body, and you're running.
Yeah.
So you're just going.
Running.
What's that look like?
Shouting it.
What does running look like?
Maybe she found like another little compartment through the catacombs, and she's tried to.
So you're like
If I
run.
die, I'm gonna die down
You're
here.
like running down through the hips of this giant animated house into the legs at this
I
point.
think since the what do you call it, the ghost sword down now?
The ghost sword is down.
I think now Lady can help guide me because she can go through the wall.
Lady can help guide you, and this is the
I'm in the Star
My-
Fox vibe.
my first thought was fucking like Disneyland, Indiana Jones. Like you're running through these catacombs, the whole thing pitches, and you're like, whoa! And there's like a mummy who's like, oh! And you turn a corner, and there's like several ghosts, like, woo! As you go under them. Like this whole place is now like haunted as fuck because that ghost ward is down. The Sisters Penitentia are running behind you, blades drawn. They are like shouting prayers and striking their blades against the walls, which are like phosphorescent, like shooting out holy light as they do, and the ghosts are like, oh, as it happens. So you've got them chasing you as you are running. Everyone else is still in the like hip chamber room. Musgrave has been cut in half by your super beam. The ghosts are starting to like the mummies in this area are starting to like they're just like screaming. And the other penitentia are just like, what do we do? This was not in the cards. This is an abomination.
I was informed this would be destroyed. This man has betrayed my trust. Much like I intend to do to him, but
That was like a Shakespearean aside.
so good.
This man has betrayed my trust, much like I intended to do to him.
I know not if he has transported his soul into that creature, but the obelisk is of the utmost importance, it seems.
I think at this point you could see it's just not in. Like the back of Steve is open and it's gone.
Yeah.
But Vesna has a head start on everyone. So let's get a couple final finishing rolls to finish up this heist, because we just hit 10 o'clock. and try to get to a good ending point for this. What Vesna, you're running. Because you just want people to stay, you don't want this to fall in anyone's hands?
In the wrong hands.
In the wrong hands. But in your opinion, who's the right hands to have it?
The people that actually want to destroy it and not use it for themselves.
Which, as far as you now know, is no one.
Is me!
It's you. It's just you.
It was me, Vesna!
Is it possible to try shooting it while I'm holding it? With my...
You're just like, fuck.
Yes! Because I have anti-demon bullets.
You do have the anti-demon bullets.
Oh.
What I want it to be is like she like makes it up safely, tosses it up in the air, and just starts going.
Just Devil May Cry juggling.
100%.
But I want to
Yes.
see if it'll even do anything more.
It will. You spent actions getting those anti-demon bullets.
Yeah, but like, will it destroy? Like, is it enough, or is it just like?
I don't.
That's why I want to do a test shot.
Okay. Well, let's as a group talk about this.
Anti-demon
Like,
bullets, but they're like not.
does it destroy it? Is that what we think is the interesting thing here?
I think it breaks it into pieces,
Oh,
and we deal with now. Okay,
That's
What
that's
about-
we get 2 more episodes. That's longer than we got to deal
I'm
with.
completely fine.
You
with-
just created the intro to Inuyasha.
Oh,
That's
God,
like literally that's literally the plot to Inuyasha. Is the thing that can make you a demon is split into 1,000 pieces, and we have to go collect them all.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So,
I don't.
No,
We don't have time.
We don't have 400 more episodes.
Yeah, we don't have time for 400 episodes.
I think if it does break, not every piece has the power would just consolidate in whatever the biggest piece was. So maybe it would
I
be less
think-
powerful. I don't know.
I think
I'm fine with like maybe she's running down the hall or wherever, and she's hitting a dead end. And she knows the sisters are after her,
Uh-huh.
so she does throw it and just try to like shoot the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
and destroy it herself. But I don't know what else she could.
or
do.
it could even B, I mean, just you threatening that you have the demon bullet, and the sisters are like, I don't even know if that's going to work, but I can't take the risk.
That's a good point. Yeah, we could get out of here safe.
Oh, okay.
I could just murder
Cool.
me.
I got an idea.
like gun
They're just
to
like-
the
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
this
you,
is,
Another-
your hostage is the obelisk.
yeah.
you got the obelisk as hostage, and they are closing in, blades at the ready. I say, that is now property of the church.
Says who?
This is the church.
Says the church.
It seems like I have it. So
And it seems we have you up against a wall.
We're 100% excommunicating Mortimer right now at this point, right?
And like you're in the catacombs, at which point, back in the other room where everyone is, the Sisters Penitentia. There's a lot of them now because they were hiding in here. Like Mortimer, this was supposed to be turned over to us. You were on our side. And your friends ran with our treasure. The High Matriarch needs it.
I understand the promise I made, and I still stand by it. Vesna knows not what she does. She does not know the power in her hands. Give me time to communicate with her, and perhaps we can end this without further bloodshed. If not, I will do what must be done.
I think they put a blade to your throat. Are you not a faithful?
I am.
And at the same time, one of them moves in quick on you. Vesna puts a blade to your throat. Are you not a faithful? She says. And keep in mind, this is the state religion.
oh,
Do you believe you're a faithful? They will. I'm ramping up to something here.
yeah, but okay. So just for like what the world is, what is the goal they want to do with?
They want to become demons. They want
Why?
to find a because they believe that a creature without a soul is without sin.
Oh, yeah,
Because
I know that.
sin is tied to soul, and if you do not have a soul, like a demon, there's a lot of lore here. But
Yeah.
yeah, essentially,
You basically
demon.
escape the wheel.
Escape the wheel.
You're
I
Yes.
know, but
stuck
they
in.
want to become demons. What about all the other people? Are they gonna?
This is
become
the official
everybody?
state religion, but it's also just like a giant, weird, orgiastic Catholic pastiche. If Vesna doesn't believe in that, that's fine. But what I'm going to tell you is because I'm moving towards the end here.
Mhm.
You answer, and you will be captured regardless.
I think she says she's not.
Okay. Zant, they
That-
tackle you to the ground,
Mhm.
and you feel the point of a knife against the back of your head. Are you not of the faithful? She whispers in your ear.
I don't even answer the question. I just try to fight, and I feel like they knock me out.
They knock you out,
Yeah.
and you were pulled out of the electroplasm moat. Are you not of the faithful? They say, as one of them worms their arm up in with a blade and touches it to your very core. You are closer than any.
Faith never helped. And then he pieces out into the other steep body.
She shatters the core. And each of you in turn is knocked unconscious and find yourselves awoken in a cell in Bellwether Crematorium, or rather, the prisons beneath it.
Except Steve, though, right?
Except for Steve.
Little Steve's on the outside.
And that is where we will end our game for this evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This has been John Harper's Blades in the Dark. Our crew has shot themselves in the foot.
Why couldn't you just be faithful?
No, man.
Why you gotta push?
They were
your
trying to hurt my
religion
baby.
Next time, we'll see if they can escape Bellwether Crematorium and get out on their own merits. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Thank you for all the raids. Thank you for all the donations. I have been your MC, Loren Peterson. You can find me on Twitter at DM_LSP. Joining me tonight has been my phenomenal cast.
I'm DJ Shulky. You can find me online at dshulky. And, I'm a pumpkin tonight. I'm having a lot of fun.
Spell it.
Oh, did I not spell it right?
No,
didn't
you
spell
have
it
to
at
spell it.
Oh,
You
I
have
didn't
to
do my
spell it.
thing.
Yeah.
It's DSCHULKEY. I'm just really obsessed with being a pumpkin.
Yeah, the pumpkin makeup is.
You can find me online at I am a pumpkin.
Just call me Pumpkin. And I'm Kati Kawaguchi, and you can find me online at _KIDKATI.
I'm JPG, and I played Xant the Whisper tonight. You can find me on social media at JPG. That's JAEPEAGEE.
And I'm Andrew Lindy, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Podcaster Andrew.
Oh no, you.
Oh, I'll do the- I'll do
by
things.
all means.
Thank you, everyone, so much for watching Perception Studio tonight. And thanks for your support. Every time you tip, it goes right back into the studio right here so we can produce more and more content for you. If anything you saw tonight you think is worth at least $1, please consider joining our Patreon. You could be a Patreon producer. What names do we got on the Patreon producer?
Well, we know one that's coming.
We know one that's coming. We do know one that's
Rickety
coming right
Cat.
now.
Mark.
Like that.
Rickety Cat. Oh, Rickety Cat
Steph
was our
Sharp.
last
Reed
one.
Harris Cooper.
Yeah. All right.
Wolver-
Oh, Wolverconnie.
Tam Tam.
Or you can be an associate producer. We got a couple more associate producers up there as well, too.
Donna, Batman.
We have tiers as low as $1, but at tiers 3 and above, you will receive an exclusive Perception Studio pin.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh,
Dick Sword!
everybody!
For every 3 consecutive months that you're on our Patreon with us, you will receive an additional pin. And right now, it's the Cucumber Rage pin right now as well, too. Perfect. All right. And as always, we are going to be paying it forward. We had a whole bunch of raids tonight as well. Art, who are we going to be pitching this over to?
Also, like, big shout out to Art for running tech.
Big shout out for our Art has been.
He makes us look
working-
great. He makes me look wonderful. He makes the rest of you look pretty decent.
Well, Katie's face paint made me look pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, those actually are wonderful, and I'm obsessed with them. So big thank you to Art for running tech for us. We would not look as great as we did on the other end of the screen if not for him.
JPG has his fingers in a lot of pies that are a great distance. I'm sorry, who are we going?
Minimal
We're going with
gameplay.
Please tell Minimal Gameplay we say hello as well from Perception Studio. It's Maddie. Maddie's incredible. But yeah, thank you guys again for joining us, and we hope to see you next week. We got 2 more episodes of Blades in the Dark. So we got November 4th, and November 11th is going to be our finale for this. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.